Hey, love bugs, what's up? I hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can get that thing whenever I upload a new video. I have to give a trigger warning for today's topic. This video came across my feed earlier today. I saw it before. I saw it posted on the blog sites. I saw it on YouTube and I watched the entire video, and I wanted to come and talk to you all about it. And it is just a very, very sensitive topic, like I said. So I have to give a trigger warning before we continue on with this video. So a content creator by the name of, her name is Isis, but her handle used to be the Trophy Wife. Hey, Unique. Hey, the Illuminated. What's up, Vivian? Yes, it was so sad. Her name was the Trophy Wife, and all of her content basically consisted of hypergamous content, leveling up. She would always boast about how she has like a high value husband and how he's a rich man, and how she married him within like a week or so of knowing him. Like they barely knew each other, and she got married, and that was like her, it made her feel valid in her womanhood. She was also a single mother. She had her first child at 17, and she had 2 sons, and then I believe that they went on to have 3 children together. She recently had a child like this year, but they also had 2 young daughters that was 2 and 4, and I'm not sure how old the boys were, but like I said, she was a teen mom. And she would always talk about leveling up, and she, was really influenced by Shira 7, and she said Shira 7 changed her life. And we're going to watch and review this video together, and I'll give my commentary as I'm walking through the video, because that's what we came here to do. But let's speed it up a little bit so we could like avoid any copyright strikes. But so I'm gonna say shouts out to Isis. I know this had to be really, really hard. I couldn't imagine. I'm not a mom yet, but this has to be every mother's worst fucking nightmare. And the fact that it's her husband that did this to his own children. He did this to his own children, you guys. I think that is going over everybody's head. These were his biological children. It was not her children from an outside marriage or an outside relationship, because the children that she came into the marriage with were boys. She had 2 sons, and one of which she had when she was 17. So the little girls, the little baby girls, were his biological daughters. Like, let's just keep that in mind. This man is also 20 years her senior. So you know how they always like, oh, men, they call men predators, and they say, oh, they want younger women. A lot of men also prey on single mothers, you guys. A lot of men also prey on single mothers. They prey on weak, feeble-minded, destitute, desperate women. That's what we talk about every time I turn on my vertical live stream, and you all see the men cuss me out like a dog in the street. And they say, well, where's your man? Where's your man? Baby, me being a cat lady has potentially saved my life. And I'm not saying that I'm opposed to having a marriage or having children. However, it is peaceful, and I don't have to worry about the veil dropping and me, finally seeing a man that could potentially turn out to be a fucking monster. And then they say, like, you need to vet. There's no way to really fully vet. And some of the comments that I saw underneath this video was absolutely disgusting. I had to respond to one because the guy said, see, women don't know how to choose a man. We need to bring back arranged marriages. And I felt like that was such a distasteful and disgusting thing to say in light of this situation, because it doesn't matter if you're in an arranged marriage. You know how many women are in arranged marriages in the Middle East that are getting abused right now? That's being financially abused, physically abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused. Their children are being abused, and they're in arranged marriages. Like, I don't know, why does a man think that he could do a better job at choosing a man for a woman than a woman could do at choosing a man for herself? Ultimately, you don't know who is who until you know. There's no way to fully properly vet. You could do your best, but you really don't know. You don't go into a relationship with a man expecting that he's going to unalive you, grape you, as say your kids. Like I don't know any woman that's going into a relationship with a man expecting that type of outcome. So it's disgusting when people make comments like that, like as if to say it's her fault. And there's nothing wrong with the messages that she was spreading. There's nothing wrong with still wanting a high value man or wanting to live a hypergamous lifestyle. Hypergamy is not synonymous with a child rapist. So let's not even go there, okay? However, when you act out of desperation, when you act out of lack, when you feel like you need a man to complete you and to make your life whole, and this is why I always say this to you all, and I get so much slack for it. I say, take me to Petco. I am a cat lady. I am a single woman. And I always preach about having children for yourself. These are the things that I say. So if anything ever comes out with me and I, get with a man and I make a mistake, I have not came up here and ever told you all that a man is an end all be all. I always say, merge worlds with somebody after you've created your own world. It is very important to feel whole on your own and to have internal power outside of needing a fucking man to validate you. This is why a lot of the things that I hear, a lot of the rhetoric that is geared toward women, especially as we start to get older, to shame us for not having children and for not being married or for not being coupled or for not being owned by a man, essentially, is absolutely fucking disgusting. And that is my ministry. That is my message. For everybody who is confused about what it is that we do over here, it is to teach women self-love. As cliche as that may sound, as simple as it may sound, too many of us don't have it. And this is why we find ourselves in situations with men just being so desperate and thirsty. Please pick me, pick me, pick me. We turn into these pick me shits. We be mammies. We take so much shit from men because we are ashamed of being alone. We don't understand that we have internal power. We don't understand that what we have on the inside is enough. We don't understand that our vibrational field is magic. We don't understand what we are naturally and how we naturally add to the world outside of men. And that is all that I'm ever saying to you all. That is all that I'm ever saying. That is all that I'm ever saying. I don't even get up here and talk about, they call me a gold digger because I say have standards. My ministry is not even get a man for all he got. I don't even talk to you guys about that. It really, my message, just this, listening to this video made me cry. I feel like I'm going to cry again and get so emotional because I saw some of her other content and she was just so hell-bent on like, yes, I got the ring. Yes, I got a man. Don't be a girlfriend for too long. If you're in a relationship, you need to be a wife. Like just glorifying it. And we do this so much as Black women. We really make it seem like if we don't have a man, then we are not valid as women. And we literally subject ourselves and our children to abuse in the name of, at least I got a man. We allow these men to dog walk us and treat us crazy and do anything just to say I got a man, just so that other funky, dirty, dusty, ass men won't shame you. I get shamed every day. Y'all watch me go through it every time I turn my camera on. At least I'm alive. I don't have children that I'm bleeding all over. And that's it. That is all I'm ever saying. I never said I was perfect. I never said that I got it all right. I never said that I haven't been in situations where I should have maybe been left. I've never said these things. What I'm saying is that on your own, you are enough. You are enough. You could get to the bag on your own. While I also get into a man's bag. If you're going to be dealing with a man, you can do all of these things on your own. I never preach dependent on a man. I always say, I'm simultaneously dependent and independent. Y'all hear me say these things. Interdependence is what Love Jones is always talking about that. But let's go ahead and get into this video. I just, once again, we gotta do a trigger warning. Trigger warning. Hey, Find Your Free. What's up, Jada? Hey, Brian. Hey, Shanita. Hey, God's Anointed.
Hi, trophies. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If you hear any noise in the background, that's the new baby. A lot has happened since the last time that I recorded. I think the last time you guys saw me, I was in my second.
And she just had a baby, you guys, like literally a couple months ago. So not only is she experiencing this, but she's also probably going through postpartum. we gotta all just send some healing and some love energy to Isis, because this is just, oh my God.
Trimester, and yeah, I think I did post an update in the community section when the baby was born. And I said that I would be back soon. And that was a few months ago now. I thought that when I came back on here that it would be to maybe do like some kind of newborn favorites or meet my new baby or something like that. But unfortunately, it's been a little over a month since I had to end up leaving my husband.
Wow. So this just happened a month ago. Oh my God. I cannot imagine. I don't ever want I don't ever want to imagine this.
What if recording high quality content?
This is so sad. This breaks my heart.
I honestly don't even really know where to start with this, just because it's just such a hard topic. And I honestly thought that by the time I got on here that I wouldn't have any tears left because I've just cried so much. It's like I built this channel and this whole brand around being this man's wife and trying to teach other women how to attract good men and provider men and all these different things. And
this is why oh my God, I'm so mindful of what the fuck I say out of my mouth to you all. I am so mindful. Yes, I may fly off the handles and be cussing out trolls, but I am so mindful of what I say, because you never know which way the pendulum is going to swing. I always tell y'all, I done been to the ghetto toxic circus, chat. I'm still learning. I always say we have to not feel like we need a man to validate us, because she literally built a whole brand around being this man's trophy wife. That was her claim to fame. And this is the scam. And I say it all the time. I be yelling out, it's a scam. Ah! And I'm so passionate about it because women are subjecting themselves to so much fuckery just to say that they got a man, just so that society will not fucking shame them and make them feel bad about themselves. I experience it every day. Y'all watch me go through it, and I'm going to continue to say this thing throughout the entirety of this video. I get shamed every day because I am not attached to a man. Being attached to a man is not always the safest thing to do, especially if you're doing it because you have fear and because you're operating out of lack. Please, we gotta love ourselves. We have to know that without a fucking man, we are still loved. We are still worthy. We can still have a great quality of life. Having a man is beautiful. Having a man that loves you is even more beautiful, that actually is going to respect you and honor you and cherish you. That is what matters, not just having a man, period.
I truly held my husband, or saw him, as the bar for what every woman should, type of man that, or type of husband that every woman should aspire to have. And I didn't realize that the person I married was actually going to be my biggest nightmare.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. YouTube is not therapy. YouTube actually is therapeutic. YouTube is extremely therapeutic for me, and I'm going to do a video talking, encouraging people to start their own channel. But YouTube absolutely is therapeutic, because not only do you find resources, but you're able to air out your grievances. You're able to say, it's easier to sometimes say things in front of 1,000 strangers versus having one intimate conversation with a person. Therapy is literally just letting your feelings and emotions out. You get the feedback from the therapist, and you gather some tools, and you learn how to progress and to move through the motions. That's all therapy is. Therapy is not some magical. When people romanticize therapy, it's weird. I've been in therapy. Therapy is not no fucking gonna make your whole life better and make all your problems go away. Therapy is literally talking it out with an unbiased opinion. That's it. So you come into YouTube and saying what it is that you need to say, I don't think it's toxic. I absolutely think that it can help. First of all, it helps other people. It's very therapeutic to help other people. She needs to do some content where she's given the telltale signs or things that she probably missed out on, or, you know, things that she probably could have looked out for as far as red flags go. She needs to make more content like that. That's personally what I would do. However, it is very therapeutic. If you don't have a YouTube channel, then I don't think that you could say what's not therapy and what's not. Exactly. Get it out. That part. Exactly. Therapy can be anything you want it to be. It soothes your mind, body, and soul. Exactly. Hey, Enlightening. If she built a channel based off having a man, that means she's forcing the issue, which means she's satisfying her audience instead of herself. No, I don't agree with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Her audience did not expect her to come up here and say that her husband essayed their two small daughters. What are you talking about? She came up here and said this because she's probably like, wow, I haven't been up here for a while and I need to get this out. I want people to know. I want people to hear it from the horse's mouth as opposed to hearing about it maybe on the news or however else it would have come out. And it's helpful to get things out. You're a man. You don't understand. Never mind. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you.
So basically, when I first met my husband, as I've already talked about in another video, I think it was my single mom video, I explained, you know, a little bit about how we met. And
all right, y'all, remember that video because we're going to see if we can find it and watch it after this.
I really thought that man was my Prince Charming. So when I first met my husband, I thought that he was my Prince Charming. I thought that he was my knight in shining armor, and, you know, he portrayed himself to be this amazing, upright, righteous Christian man.
Now it be them Bible thumpers, and this is no slight to people that are, you know, really religious, but it just seems like it's something to be. It really needs to be studied. Overtly religious men, a lot of times they have a lot of demons. A man that wants to pray all the time before every single meal, a man that's trying to pray, he's fighting. He's fighting something. That's personally what I think.
And I believed him. I think shortly after we got married, and this is something that I haven't talked about, I started noticing like certain things changed with him. And I just started to see a few things that I didn't like. But I honestly thought that some of these were things that I could get past.
She just admitted to ignoring red flags. And that's what we talk about. We talk about red flags park. We talk about just turning a blind eye. And honestly, I did a video. It was a lot of satire in the beginning, but I did a video, and I want you all to check it out if you have not. And I spoke about how to keep a man in 2024. And one of the main things, one of the common threads of that video was you got to ignore a lot of shit and you got to shut the fuck up and just let a man do whatever it is that he wants to do. That's ultimately what's going on out here. But people get on the internet and they pretend like they're in this fairy tale. They pretend as if everything is just peachy and creamy and just the best. And I don't do that. And this is why I get shamed. And it's okay. It's all right. I take the lashings and I'm doing the Lord's work. I know, I don't feel like shit. I know that I am supposed to be doing exactly what it is that I'm doing right in at this very moment. And talking about the things in the way that I talk about them. It's very necessary. It is very, very necessary. Oh, hey, Cynthia.
It was like sad to even say like I could get past some of these things. I don't even know where to.
Cynthia, thank you for the super sticker. You said men don't practice religion. They use it against women because they know women believe religion without any evidence. Booyah. And that's why they frame themselves as God. They framed themselves as God. And they said everything about women is wrong. We ate the apple. We the reason why we don't have, immortality. We're the cause of every goddamn thing wrong with society. It is ridiculous out here.
Start. 6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and
so this is 6 weeks ago. This is very, very fresh.
I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh, God. Gosh.
I cannot imagine how fucking distraught. Oh my God. Like, this makes my heart lurch. Like, literally. Whew, that's why I gave disclaimers before we started this video. This is a very, very sensitive topic. If this is too much for you to stomach, then I think you should click off. This is very, very heavy. Like, and these are his biological children. I have to keep pointing that out. These are this man's biological daughters. We have to continuously say that.
So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was Dad.
This is so sad. And Cynthia, that is crazy. I don't worship men. Like, people, child, they be saying everything about me because I be like, I don't worship men. I didn't come from no damn man. We just look around at how babies are made. We have portals that usher spirits into this physical realm. We do something miraculous every time we give birth. And thank you again for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Isn't this so sad? Like, this is just so sad. What's going on? Her husband, so she has like a Hypergamous channel, and she would always talk about leveling up, and basically she kind of shamed women for being girlfriends. I can't lie. I saw one of her videos where she was like, oh, you should not be a girlfriend. If you don't got the ring, then you're not in a real relationship. You in a situationship. And I'm just like, girl, like, what the fuck? You got married to a total fucking stranger. And I get it. People be like, oh, vet. You don't know until you fucking know. We all saw Little Red Riding Hood. Men literally be wolves in sheep's clothing. You think that people are not coming at you with their representatives? You don't know who the fuck is who until you know. This man could be God-fearing. According to y'all, those are the best kind. He could have a job. He could have a career. He could buy you Chanel and Gucci. He could fly you out. He could be doing everything right. She didn't have daughters before. So how was she supposed to know that he was going to do that to her daughter? You just really don't know until you know. And then for people to blame women like, oh, she should have chose better. Like, bitch, what the fuck? I cannot. I've heard Christian Black women say that they believe women were created from the rib of a man because their male got anything's possible. That, Cynthia, is so stupid. I just be like, hell no. That's why I'm not, no. That's why I don't subscribe to it, because We see how babies are born. Why do we believe that? That's so stupid. But we've all been indoctrinated into this patriarchal nonsense that men are literally God. Your mom is the first godlike deity that you know of when you come into this world. You don't even know that you're separate from your mother until you're like a couple of years old. That's why babies always cry for their moms.
I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, don't tell him that you told me. And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could get my kids out of the house, because I knew if I confronted him or asked him about it, that he would just lie.
Whoa!
And that he would probably just continue to keep doing stuff to her, but just become more covert or more sneaky or whatever. As soon as my husband got home, he was actually picking up the boys from school, my two older boys from school. As soon as he got home, I told him that I was gonna go Halloween shopping with my sister, because I just needed an excuse to get out of the house with all the kids. And I knew if I said something like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store, that it would be suspicious. Like, why am I bringing all the kids and like packing things, like things that we would need and things like that. So going Halloween shopping was the best thing I could think of to just hurry up and get the kids out of the house. I'm sorry, I had to get myself together. So.
And she just had a baby. Oh my God. Ooh. Oh my God. She just had a baby, you guys. This is.
When I got to the hospital, they basically told me that we had to go to another hospital because they didn't do physical exams, like that kind of physical exam there. So a police officer escorted the kids and I to another hospital where they were able to evaluate my daughters.
Wait, you said because it's the truth, God, heaven and earth, he made male and female, is the truth. If you believe that you came from a man, then that's crazy. As a woman, as women, we are living, we're rooted in reality, right? We see how children are made. So for you to believe that a man created you, I'm not here to go back and forth with anybody about religion, but I don't agree. I don't worship men. She married him because he propositioned her. Yes, she said that her lease was up. I remember. And he was like, if you're gonna move in with me, then you're gonna have to live with me as my wife. Why wouldn't she confront her husband? Do you know how dangerous that could be? And men lie. You think he was gonna say, yeah, I did it? He was going to lie and try to gaslight her and try to manipulate her. So instead of confronting her with all of her children in the house, the safest thing to do would be to leave and then confront him after. That's why it be killing me when the red pill manosphere be talking about black women should have chosen better. These men are sick and twisted nowadays. Exactly. You don't know what the fuck you choosing. You really don't know until you know. It's like rolling the goddamn dice out here with these men.
It ended up coming out that he had actually been touching both of my daughters, who are only 2 and 4 years old. It still feels like a dream. Like,
thank you so much for the super chat, Cynthia. This is foolish on another level, not her believing a false religion over what her own eyes see. Hello? Women are in the maternity ward giving birth, not a male god. Life is created by women, not a male god. Thank you. Booyah. But you know, you can't teach your old dog new tricks. And it's so sad how much we've been indoctrinated into this system of just that men created to center themselves as God. And it's really fucking ridiculous when you think about it. Thank you, America, for the super sticker. Thank you, baby. She was teaching women how to be financially abused because this is not hypergamy. Ooh. It's like hitchhiking. Don't do ooh. Mm-hmm. This ish can make someone snap. That part.
When this first happened, I just kept waking up every day and just hoping that this was a dream. Because it's literally my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare. I myself am a product of RAPE. That's how I came to be.
Wow. So her mother was great. And that's how she was conceived. And then she's going to go on to say that she herself experienced SA. And then her daughter's experience. Like, this is what the fuck. And then they shame women for being cat ladies. Bitch, I'd rather be by myself with a cat. I can't. Oh.
And was also, abused as a child by a neighbor's husband. And I specifically prayed to God that my children would never, ever, ever have to go through this. And I'm just not quite sure how this happened, why this happened.
And I said a few days ago that I feel like I want to be a mom, at least, have one child, because I know that I could do an amazing job raising a girl into a teen and into a woman. And I said, I don't really know if I see that even with a man. And people was like, oh, that's so sad. You're so broken. You're so bitter. Like, bitch, no, I'm not. I'm a real ass bitch at the end of the day. And I feel like even if I'm married and I have the man of my dreams, things could go terribly left. You just never know. A woman should only ever have children because she truly wants to be a mother, not to trap a man or to get the bag from a man. No, you have to do it because you want to be a mom. Because 9 times out of 10, if we are procreating with these men out here, especially from our community, it is a high chance that we will end up being a single mother. That's why I don't like the shaming of a single mother. Like, bitch, fuck you. Women have reproductive organs. And if we decide to have babies, then why do you get shamed for making more people and adding to the human population? Why are we getting shamed for that? It's fucking utterly ridiculous.
I just don't know how he was able to get away with it and so sneaky, because with my own trauma, I watch my kids like a hawk. Like, I don't like them sitting on people's laps. None of that. And he knows how much I cannot stand men like him. And to think like I couldn't even go to sleep in my own house and know that my children are safe. Just by me going to sleep, my children were left unprotected. So I don't know what the future of this channel is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to change the name or what.
You know what, Miss G? The scary part is the daughters that she has are by him. She had those little girls with him. When she met him, she had 2 sons. They got together and created daughters, and he did this to the daughters that she made with him. It's so fucking scary. Yes.
Yeah.
Wix, one platform, any website.
Yes, it's her husband. Her husband. Her high value husband. She says she's a trophy wife. Now let's go. I want to see if we could find the video. Like I said, I watched a little bit of some of her content, but I want to see if we could find the video where she was talking about being a single mom. That's what she said it was called, right? A single mother or something like that. The art of staying a spoiled wife, how to increase feminine and masculine. Women are in imaginary relationships. How to secure a provider man. It's about the chase. Share a 7, blah, blah, blah. Wait, where is it? I don't see a single mother, a single mom. Maybe it's this one. Single mom to spoiled housewife. Yeah, I think it's this one.
Hey ladies, welcome back to the new trophy wife. Today I'm going to be sharing my story with you guys about how I went from being a single.
It's the picture of him in the corner right here. If y'all want to screenshot and zoom in, that man looks like a fucking creep. And he's 20 years older than her. So if you screenshot it, you'll see like right up in the corner, it's like a wedding picture. And you'll see what he actually looks like.
Mom to a spoiled housewife in less than 1 year. And you can too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I had my first child when I was 17 years old. I intentionally got pregnant with my boyfriend at the time and basically turned into a child raising a child. A few years later, had my second child. So after having 2 children and being a single mom, I think that my self-esteem was definitely low. I didn't know that at the time, but if I think back about the kind of men that I was choosing, it definitely was a reflection of my lower self-esteem. I think that growing up, I was not taught the kind of men that I should be looking to attract and be in a relationship with. My mom drilled into me, oh, go with the man that's going to be the best breeder. And I think society drilled into me to go after the thug, the street dude, the swag.
You're going to call cap on what? What are you calling cap on? Respect to your channel, Love Jones. I'm going to call cap on this. By law, this would be called hearsay. You're going to call cap on what? You think this woman got up here and lied and said that her trophy husband essayed her children for clicks and views? What's your point? What are you calling cap on? Like what? What are you calling cap on?
Either one of those was the best approach to going about dating and attracting a husband. So after having my second child, I was working hard. I was making really good money. I think I was making about maybe 90K at the time, which for me as a 24-year-old woman was good. I thought I was doing good. I had my own place. I owned my car. I was very self-sufficient, all about the mindset of, oh, I can do it by myself. I don't need a man, as so many of us modern women say, you know, I can do it all by myself. And I soon realized after one Christmas of it just being me and my 2 boys that I wanted a family. I wanted more for myself. It felt so lonely and it was sad.
But aren't your kids your family? Like, and my whole thing is this, right? Why have more than one child if you know that this is not ideal for you? I never understood that. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can say I'm shaming. Yeah, okay, I'm shaming repeat offenders, bitch. Have yourself one kid because you don't know what it's gonna be like. You might want to be a mom. Do it once, but to do it twice and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 times and then saying you lonely and this ain't really what you want. Like, we got to make better decisions as well when it comes to who we giving our womb. We need to gatekeep that motherfucker, okay? Gatekeep your womb, sis. Do not be out here having kids all over the damn place talking about you lonely. Like, what?
It was really sad. And it was, I'd say, one of the lowest points in my life. And I realized that I don't want to do this on my own. I don't want to raise these boys on my own. I want a family. I want someone that I can love, someone that loves me and my children. And after that was when I decided that I was going.
You think she's lying? She did go to the police. She went to the doctor. You didn't listen to the first video I played? She said, I went to the hospital. She got great kits done clearly. And she said the police were there. So this just happened 6 weeks ago. There's probably some things that she can't disclose, but I'm pretty sure she went to the police. She went to the hospital. She got her children checked out. They confirmed that the police were there at the hospital. Sometimes you got to pick up on context clues. I do not think this woman is lying. I do not.
Going to change the kind of men I was dating and what I was attracting. One of my sisters at the time had told me that I should create an online profile. And I was so against doing that because I was like, well, online profiles are only for.
Sarah, I know you didn't just fucking say this. I'm glad I'm not light-skinned. And you're laughing. You're fucking disgusting. There's nothing funny about this. That's exactly how they think. They always get violated, beaten, cheated on. You are gross. You a gross-ass bitch, Sarah. This was totally uncalled for and unnecessary. To come up in here with that shit is not okay. It's not okay. You a tacky asshole for leaving that comment. And look, what? What? You so tacky. Sarah, you are a tack-headed bitch. Why would you come up in here and say that? What is wrong with people?
People that are desperate, and I look good. I'm not desperate. I don't need to, I can find a man just going out. And I was against it at first. And I think I also had a skewed version of what a high value man was at the time as well. I thought that a good mate or the man to go after was the one with the super nice car and a stack of money and the jewels and the chains on with the swag. Like, I thought that was the man that I should be going after, but that was definitely not the type of man that I should have been going after. And I learned quickly that just because someone looks like they have it together does not mean that they have it together. And typically the things that that person is probably doing to get money is not sustainable and probably not something that you would want to be involved in. And after learning quickly that everything that glitters is not gold, I happened to come across Shira7 on YouTube, and she completely changed my life. And she basically taught me what a high value man is and what to look for when trying to find a husband. So I ended up taking my sister's advice and signing up for eHarmony. She recommended Match, but in my spirit, I felt eHarmony. I don't know why. It's just something told me to do that one.
And people be like, online dating ain't it? I personally, have I had an online profile a time or two? I have. But do I take that seriously? Absolutely not. Is that how I'm trying to meet a man? No. Like, I really think that you need to be out in the world. Like, if you want to meet somebody of substance, take your ass to Home Depot, go to Trader Joe's, go to Whole Foods, like, go to a dog park. Don't be out. Come on, y'all. We got to do, no. Get your ass up off them dating apps.
So I ended up signing up for eHarmony. I created a profile, and I think the second person that I matched with was the man that I'm married to now, my husband, my wife. And it was very different. My husband and I have a 20-year age gap, and he was not the first older man that I dated. I actually dated someone 10 years older than me, and that was just a buzz. A lot of people have told me that I'm very mature for my age, so someone 10 years older than me just wasn't a big enough age gap for me to vibe with. It just wasn't.
Introducing the Lenovo AI PC with ThinkShield Pro.
So when I met my husband, I knew right away almost. And people say that, but
Wait, hold up. We need way more likes than this. Everybody up in here, smash the like button. We need like 10 more likes. Everybody watching this right now, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Everybody up in here right now, hit the like button. The likes are too low. Smash the like button. Yeah, run them likes up. Let us get another 10 likes so we can continue on with the content. That's the entry fee to my house. You got to pay it. All you got to do is hit the like button. Pay that entry fee. Hit the like button. Everybody up in here, smash the like button. We need 10 more likes. Exactly. It's free 99. Smash that like button. Stop playing with me. Play with your father if you know where that nigga at. Everybody smash the like button. Thank you, Jason, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. We need 8 more likes. Everybody smash the like button. Everybody smash the like button. Each to their own. Women will always have and always date on be with older men. Oh, women will always date and be with older men. That's what you mean. Okay, I got you. Yeah, we need 8 more likes. Everybody smash the like button. Hey Sasha, what's up, boo? All right, we need 3 more likes. Everybody smash the like button. We gotta keep going up. The quota, the like quota is at least 100 likes every live. So we getting there, but everybody smash it right now. Hit the like button so we can continue with the show. We got to be doing like intermissions out this motherfucker. Y'all already know that y'all need to pay the entry fee to my motherfucking house now, child. It take you 2 seconds to smash that like button. We almost to the quota. We need 8 more likes. Everybody smash it. Shouts out to the Looky Loos and the Bush Babes. I love me a click and a view. But make it do what it do and hit the like button. What's up, Trini? Everybody smash it. We almost there. Oh. Okay, we need 6 more likes. We almost there. Smash the like button, you guys. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. All right, we need 4 more. We're almost at 100. We almost meeting the quota. Hit the like button, bitch. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, bitch. Hit the like button. Pay my entry fee. Pay the entry fee. Whoa. Hey. You were outside, LJ. I love that for you. Yes, thank you, boo. Cause you know I don't be going outside like that these days. We need a couple more likes. Everybody smash the like button. I was dancing with them heels. I said, oh my God. Because, you know, I remember I was like, I don't know if I could still dance. It's because I don't dance. Like, it's not that, like, I think I can't dance. I just don't be dancing like that. Like, really, like, dancing. So, you know, if you don't do something, you'd be like, can I still even do that? But I could. In my heels. Okay. All right. Good job, you guys. Good job.
it was definitely true. I know it sounds cliche. Just from our first date, it just felt natural. I felt like I just had known this person already. It was so comfortable. So we went to a really nice seafood restaurant and it was great. It was an amazing first date. And mind you, I think we both were kind of just dating different people at the time. And that's definitely something that I recommend if you're looking to, find a husband. Is not just dating one person at a time. It's not good to put all your eggs in one basket. But we had a great first date, and I think he ended up asking me to be his girlfriend on the first date, and I Said I would.
No, if you ask me to be your girlfriend on the first day, I'm gonna be looking at you crazy. Like, sir, you don't even know me. I could be a ticky boom. Like, that's where that love bombing come into play, child. We done did a show about love bombing.
Think about it. I know that the universe guru talks about how you shouldn't fall into the girlfriend trap, and it was kind of something that I just intuitively knew. Like, I'm not just gonna agree to be your girlfriend just after meeting you because I know that you just want me to be your girlfriend so that you can get in my pants. So I didn't agree, and we both were, we were talking, but then for some reason we kind of stopped talking for a little while, and we both were dating other people and doing our own thing, and then I had gotten into a serious relationship with somebody, and I ended up falling for the girlfriend trap. But that guy had really been investing a lot into me and doing a lot for me, so I kind of felt like I had to agree to be his girlfriend because he asked me multiple times, and I finally agreed. So after me,
but being someone's girlfriend is when you get to know them. Like, I don't know. It's like a good 5 years to get to know me in real life, child. Like, that's how I be feeling. Like, whoever I'm really gonna like, let crack an egg is probably gonna be somebody that I've already known for years. Like, I don't see myself just meeting somebody tomorrow and then being like, oh my God, I'm so in love. Like, I don't know. Who knows? But I just feel like you need to spend a little, especially, I don't have children. Where are all the moms at? Do we have any moms in the chat? Do we have any moms in the chat? As a mom, how long do you date a person before you even introduce them to your children? Because this lady is sitting up here saying she went to go move in with this man. She's about to say it when her lease was up and she got 2 kids and she didn't even know that man for like a full month. Like, I don't even know how long. Like, what do y'all do? Like, how long do you guys date a man before he even gets to meet your kids? For all of the moms up in here, 6 to 9 months, a year, right here, 1 year. Okay, 1 year. So at least a year before he even gets to meet your kids. Because I don't know how that works. About a year. Okay, so everybody's saying for the most part, you are not meeting my child. I wouldn't date until my kids were out of the house. Stars above, I feel the same way. If it's not their dad, but even it was her fucking kid's father that did this. So you can't even say if it's not the father because you don't even know what the. This is so twisted because it literally was her children's father's, her daughter's father that did this. So these days you can't even say if it's not the father, I'm not about to have no man. Like, you just really don't know. It's scary. Like, you just like, how do you even know? How do you even know? I didn't have any kids before my hubby and I got married, but I think you should wait at least 6 months, at least a year. Okay, so most of y'all are saying a year, over 2 years. Like, honestly, I feel like if I had a baby and I wasn't with the father, I don't know that I would have anybody around my kid. Like, I would just be loosely dating. Like, you would have to see me outside of my house. Or if, we've been dating for an extended period of time, you'd only be able to come over when my child is like maybe at my mom's house, you know what I mean? Or like something like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she had 2 kids. She had 2 sons. Yes. She had 2 sons, and then they had 2 daughters together, and she just gave birth to another baby a couple of months ago for him. So they got 3 kids together.
Me and him broke up. Well, let me rewind. So me and him ended up breaking up because he just didn't really vibe with my oldest son, who was 5 at the time. I could tell that he was really just putting up with my kids. He didn't really embrace them. Sometimes, we as mothers can tell like someone's just being nice to our kids for the purpose of being with you, and they're not necessarily invested in your kids themselves. And that's what I felt like from him. So it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel like a family, the kind of family that I was wanting. So I ended up breaking up with him.
See, that's where I feel like the issue is, like, why are you out here on a hunt for a man so fucking bad? Like, and you are a mom. Be a mother.
We were living together. I know. We were living together. And I just like packed all my stuff and left. And it was crazy because the next day, my husband, my now husband, reached out to me and was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I told him, I just got out of a relationship, and I kind of told him a little bit about why. And he was telling me like, "Oh, those are my boys," and he had genuinely really connected with my kids, and he was not the kind of man that was just be nice to them to get to me. Like, it was very genuine, and that was one of the things that I really loved about him. That was something that stood out about him versus the other men that I had dated, was he really embraced the fact that I had children because he wanted children. And so,
The fact that this man wanted children with her only to grape them is fucking diabolical. May he burn in the deep pits of hell.
he was talking, my lease was going to be ending very soon, which is why I went ahead and moved in with my person that had became my ex. We started living together, and I told my husband, I was like, "Hey," it was so embarrassing to admit, but I was like, "I need a place to stay because my lease is ending, and I just broke up with my boyfriend, and maybe, even if it's just like for a couple weeks, it's okay. Just while I look for somewhere else, because I had planned on needing to find somewhere else." And he was saying, "Well, if you're going to live with me, it's going to be as my wife, not as my girlfriend." And I was like, "Well, how spontaneous are you?" And he laughed and he said, "Very spontaneous." So then I was like, right. So we started entertaining the idea of getting married, like, immediately. And I, didn't want to get my hopes up. So I just said that, he's saying all these things, but I'm going to see what action that he takes. And so I had just got paid, and I was like, okay, we seem like we're really talking about seriously entertaining the idea of getting married. So I'm going to go and get the wedding ring. We were talking about getting.
This bitch, this dizzy hoe went and bought that man a wedding ring before he ever proposed to her. Like, that's why I oh my God.
Married like the next week, and he was out of town in Colorado, so we hadn't seen each other. This was all talk over the phone, over FaceTime. So I went and got his ring. I think I paid like $300 for it. It wasn't like a super flashy ring like the one he has now, which is completely a lot better. But I went and got his ring, and the next time we talked on FaceTime, I was like, "I did something." And he was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "I got your wedding ring." So he was like, "No, you didn't. Show me." So I showed him. I said, "Yeah, I actually did it. I don't know if you were really being serious, but we're talking about getting married." So I had a really bad habit of like spending money, and I was like, "If I don't get the ring now, then I'm not going to get it." So I went ahead and got it, and that put the fire under him to, I guess, really go and look for my ring. Well, let me rewind. So then after that, I think it was like the next day, somebody told me to go online and check my eHarmony profile. So I went on there, and I saw that he had updated.
Yo, I always hear horror stories about eHarmony, yo. Like, motherfuckers meeting people on eHarmony, and they running into a goddamn serial unaliver. The eHarmony, they getting their ass beat from meeting somebody off of eHarmony. Stay the fuck away from eHarmony, child. If this ain't eHarmony repellent, then I don't know what the fuck is. Keep your funky ass off them goddamn. First and foremost, I personally, I think that you should really, really just be patient enough to come across someone that you're supposed to be with in real life. If you're gonna do something online, maybe meet somebody not on a dating app though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe be Facebook friends with them. Something other than a motherfucking eHarmony, bitch, because this is just rubbing me wrong.
His picture, and I was like, "Oh no, this dude is playing around. Like, I'm glad I didn't spend a whole bunch of money on this ring. Like, he was just playing." And I screenshotted it and sent him a picture, and I said, "It doesn't seem like we're on the same page, so yeah, I'm done with this." And he texted me. He was like, or I think he tried to call me and I didn't answer. And he texted me and he was like, "No, I'm serious. I am going to marry you," in caps. And I think that evening he like ended up going and buying my ring. Yeah, he went and bought my ring, and the ring that he got me is not the ring I had now. It was a nice ring, but it wasn't nearly as big as the rock that I'm currently sporting. But when he showed it to me, in my head, I said, "It's not about the ring, it's about the marriage." And I definitely think that that's something that you ladies should keep in mind, is that if a man is going to propose to you, don't make it about the ring, because that can really turn a man off and make him think that that's all that you care about is having a big ring, when it's more important to have the marriage. And I knew that in my heart. I was like, all right, I'm not going to say anything about the size of the ring. You know, it's still a nice ring. I'm going to take it and we're going to get married. So we ended up getting married the next week. Everybody was shocked. I randomly called my mom, my grandmother, hey, I'm getting married in a few days. We got married at the courthouse because I told him I don't need a big wedding. I, rather spend that money elsewhere. And we had a really beautiful wedding reception in DC at a really nice restaurant. It was gorgeous. So yeah, that is how I ended up getting married. But I think that also something that I want to let you guys know is that becoming his wife and really being the kind of woman that could just get a ring like that took work. At that time, I had really become a better version of myself, a better version than the woman that was dating thugs and, living in some kind of secular lifestyle. I had to become the kind of woman that a man would want to take around his colleagues and his mother, and be the woman that's adding value to him just by standing next to him. But yeah, I know it's kind of a interesting story, but I also helped two of my sisters to get married. They both got married in less than a year as well. So I'm really good at knowing how to get women the ring and to get the kind of men that you would be proud of. So if you ladies are interested in learning more about how to become a trophy wife, then please click subscribe. I would love to have you here. Stay tuned. We are going to be giving all the tips, all of the information that you need to be.
Damn, she said to get the kind of man that you would be proud of. To get the kind of man that you would be proud of. Gots to be more motherfucking careful. This is so sickening. I am so sorry to her daughters. Oh my God. Like I could not. This is very, 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 very fucking sickening. Now let's go back to the original video and look at some of the comments. There was this one comment that I had to respond to because I was absolutely fucking utterly disgusted. The victim blaming and is like, it's just horrid. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these men. But someone said, please get your sons checked as well. They are also vulnerable. Predators don't care for gender. They just want the kids. Valid point. Honestly, most do. And girls are definitely more vulnerable. Thanks for believing your kids. What the hell? I thought you were going to say he cheated or was controlling, but he molested a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, his own daughter. Yep. He needs to be in prison for a long time. Please get a competent child therapist for your daughter and press charges on him. And for the ones confused and spreading misinformation, the children he raped was his own blood daughters. He has 3 and she has 3 in total with him. I see people commenting saying you shouldn't have had young children, especially girls, around him when you're dating. Those are his daughters that he impregnated her with. This shit is so sick. Oh my God, this is so sick. I've always had a feeling that some men dated single moms and has access to their children. You believed your child, which counts for a lot. Please press charges and seek therapy for your children. He listened to your trauma, waited to do the same exact thing. Ladies, it is the time. These men are evil. They are not having X with you. They really could care. If they are not having X with you, they really could care less about you. It's time for us, all women, to stick and stand together. Stop being jealous of each other. Love each other and take care of one another. The time is overdue. The fact that you disclosed this when you could have stopped the page and handle your business, but you decided to share your truth is groundbreaking. This can be a warning to others to love and protect your children in such a way when many women do not. All love and prayers. I respect her so much for getting her kids the fuck up out of there. I really do. Because some women could have been like, oh, she's just 4 years old. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, oh, and stayed and turn a blind eye. But she did not. The fact that you built a brand around being his wife and still believed your child is such a rare act. Thank you. Most people would have decided to continue to lie, to keep the image at the expense of their daughter. This is true too. This is true. I'm so sorry to you and your child. You're brave and she's a soldier. People, please watch all of her ads to the end. Send her some funds if you can. Thank you, Trophy Mom community. Girl, when is his funeral? As a new therapist, I see so many people hurt because they told their parents about sexual assault and they didn't believe them. It hurt them to their core. In the midst of this tragedy, you believe them, and that means so much. Hope you all get justice. That is so sad. I was inwarded as a child by an older male cousin. I'm 29 now, and my mom tried to convince me I'm lying. Some of us have trash moms. You are doing amazing, sweetie. These are all good. There was this one guy that commented, I think I told y'all that said, oh, women don't know how to choose men. Like, what the fuck? Sorry this happened, but ladies, every man should be considered a suspect, no matter who they are. Grandpa, brother, dad, cousin, neighbor, husband, whoever. Don't trust any man around your children. Unfortunately, a lot of these so-called godly men who are the worst. It is also true that a lot of mothers choose men over their child. This is true. Glad she chose to believe her child. You should stop calling him your husband. He doesn't deserve that. Yep, that's true too. Have him arrested. His prison inmates will unalive him for you. Take your children to a play therapist so they can identify the level of abuse. You have to be careful of who you expose your children to. The thing is, she didn't expose those girls. She created those girls with that man. That's the fucking hard pill to swallow. Everybody keeps saying, watch who you have your kids around. The average woman is not thinking that having her kids with their dad is going to, oh God. After I broke up with my kid's father, I decided I would not date until they were older. It's been 7 years. I've been single. I'll wait another 10. I'm content. Honestly, I feel like that's how I would be. Or like I could be in a full-blown relationship with a man, but we won't live together. We will not live together, especially if I have a fucking kid. You can't live with me. You could be my man. We can hang outside the house. We could go out on dates or whatever. We could spend the nights together when my child is, with my mother, because that's probably the only fucking person I would trust to keep my kid like that, or like one of my aunts or whatever. But no, I'm not having no nigga living with me and mine. You can tell who watched the vid, damn fools. You can't choose none of them, for too many are dangerous. And if she thinks she's a trophy, that's not really a bad thing. All right, I'm gonna drop the link for a little bit if y'all want to come up and talk and speak your piece about how you feel about the situation. You only got a couple minutes. Please respect the time of the host. Anybody want to come up and speak their piece about this or how you guys operate? Because I'm not a mom yet. That's why I ask you guys, questions as far as how one operates when they are a mom and they are a single mom and they have children when it comes to dating and stuff like that, because I really don't know. I cannot directly relate to this. So I will not sit up here and try to act like, I know. I can only talk in hypotheticals as far as what I would do as a mother if I had children and I was not married or like with my child's father. Even with the child's father, you got to fucking watch and be like a hawk looking to see what the hell is going on. But for the most part, yeah, I would I don't see that I would be living, like I would have companionship, but outside of my home. Like I don't know that I would have a man in a house with me and my kid. I just don't see that. I just don't. I was highly selective who my male child was around. Everybody was suspect. Period. I don't care. You got to watch these men and nannies and family members too. That's true. I recall men talking about this on TikTok, like not being comfortable changing their daughter's diapers. I thought they were joking. This is so sad. Yeah. Yep. They really need to change the slogan to "Men Be Better." Yes. Because all they do is just blame, oh, single mother this, oh, women this, women that. I'm like, mostly everybody that was assaulted as a child, it was at the hands of a man. And they say you need to choose better, choose better. Kids don't choose who they're victimized by. People don't choose that. So now what? Her daughters didn't choose that for their father, for their biological father to do that to them. It's very fucking flawed to continuously blame women for the actions of men. It is super flawed. They hurt people, but I think she went into the whole relationship wrong, seeking a husband. That's why I always say we gotta stop being so fucking desperate and thirsty for a man. Like, yo, because you start to attract all types of shit. It's not the job of the child or the women to choose better men. Men need to be better and check themselves. It's disgusting if men try to flip this. Quaisha, I've seen it. I responded to a comment underneath that video. I couldn't see it because there's so many comments where a man said, "Oh, this is because women don't know how to choose the right men, and we need to start doing arranged marriages again." That's what a man said. I can remember my dad telling my mom she was overprotective of me. Thank God she was, because he wasn't. And buying rings. Yeah, that part, C. Taylor, that took me the fuck out of town. Men commit all of the crimes against humanity. Hello, Jesse. Hey, what's up, Mia? This was a really good live chat, y'all. Like I just it's so sad. Like I feel like, damn, those babies. And she just had a baby. Wait, let's look at her community post, because she said she posted about, let's go back to, let me share the screen again, because she said she posted about when she had her baby. So let's see, so we can see exactly, when she had the new baby. Oh, he's so cute. Wow. So she had so she got a 5-month-old baby. Oh, damn. And his daddy is a fucking monster. Baby boy has arrived safe and healthy. He's been such a blessing to our family already. I'll be back very soon, ladies. Thank you for allowing me this time to focus on my family and our new addition. I appreciate everyone whom has checked on me and sent well wishes during my hiatus. You ladies are the best. Gold trophies, all my love, Isis. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful baby. Oh no, this is oh, I don't want to look at this. I don't want to be showing the kids. It's damn. Oh my God, I do not want to be showing the kids. Who is that baby? Mia. So this woman, her husband essayed their 2 young daughters, this content creator. I'll play the video again for those of you who just came in, and I won't talk through it this time. I'll just let it play.
Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If you hear any noise in the background, that's the new baby. A lot has happened since the last time that I recorded. I think the last time you guys saw me, I was in my 2nd trimester, and yeah, I think I did post an update in the community section when the baby was born, and I said that I would be back soon. That was a few months ago now. I thought that when I came back on here that it would be to maybe do like some kind of newborn favorites or meet my new baby or something like that, but unfortunately it's been a little over a month since I had to end up leaving my husband. I honestly don't even really know where to start with this, just because it's just such a hard topic. And I honestly thought that by the time I got on here that I wouldn't have any tears left because I've just cried so much. It's like I built this channel and this whole brand around being this man's wife and trying to teach other women how to attract good men and provider men and all these different things. And I truly held my husband or saw him as the bar for what every woman should, type of man that or type of husband that every woman should aspire to have. And I didn't realize that the person I married was actually going to be my biggest nightmare. So basically, when I first met my husband, as I've already talked about in another video, I think it was my single mom video, I explained, a little bit about how we met. And I really thought that that man was my Prince Charming. So when I first met my husband, I thought that he was my Prince Charming. I thought that he was my knight in shining armor, and he portrayed himself to be this amazing, upright, righteous Christian man. And I believed him. I think shortly after we got married, and this is something that I haven't talked about, I started noticing like certain things changed with him. And I just started to see a few things that I didn't like.
She needs to do a video on how to spot the red flags. She needs to. Like, she ripped the lid off. Like, girl, keep it all the way honest now. What did you notice that you did not like? Each one teach one, so that other women can look out for these telltale signs. What did you notice? Tell us.
But I honestly thought that some of these were things that I could get past. It was like sad to even say like I could get past some of these things. I don't even know where to start. When I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh, God. Gosh. So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was Dad. I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, don't tell him that you told me. And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could get my kids out of the house, because I knew if I confronted him or asked him about it, that he would just lie, and that he would probably just continue to keep doing stuff to her, but just become more covert or more sneaky or whatever. As soon as my husband got home, he was actually picking up the boys from school, my two older boys from school. As soon as he got home, I told him that I was going to go Halloween shopping with my sister, because I just needed an excuse to get out of the house with all the kids. And I knew if I said something like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store, that it would be suspicious. Like, why am I bringing all the kids and like packing things? Like, things that we would need and things like that. So going Halloween shopping was the best thing I could think of to just hurry up and get the kids out of the house. I'm sorry, I had to get myself together. So when I got to the hospital, they basically told me that we had to go to another hospital because they didn't do physical exams like that kind of physical exam there. So a police officer escorted the kids and I to another hospital where they were.
See, you hear her say the police officer. This is for the guy, Jason, that kept saying why she didn't go to the police, why she coming to the internet. This incident happened 6 weeks prior to her putting out this video, which was released 2 days ago. And she literally said a police officer. So the authorities were notified. And I'm sure this still is a very fresh, open case. So she probably can't go into details about what's going on, you know, as far as the case is concerned.
Were able to evaluate my daughters. It ended up coming out that he had actually been touching both of my daughters, who are only 2 and 4 years old.
2 and 4, and these are his biological children. When she met this man, she had 2 sons. She didn't have any daughters. She didn't have any girls. This is what I was just saying. These were his biological daughters, babe. She didn't have daughters when she met him. She had 2 sons when she met her husband. The 2 daughters that he M-worded were his biological daughters that they conceived together. She just gave birth to his 3rd child that they have together 5 months ago. So these were his children. He wasn't around just her kids with other people. Those were his daughters. And I really am sorry about that, Faith. It's hard.
It still feels like a dream. Like when this first happened, I just kept waking up every day and just hoping that this was a dream. Because it's literally my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare. I myself am a product of RAPE. That's how I came to be. And was also, you know, abused as a child by a neighbor's husband. And I specifically prayed to God that my children would never, ever, ever have to go through this. And I'm just not quite sure how this happened, why this happened.
Why? Is because he's a fucking evil, wicked predator.
I just don't know how he was able to get away with it and so sneaky, because with my own trauma, I watch my kids like a hawk. Like, I don't like them sitting on people's laps. None of that. And he knows how much I cannot stand men like him. And to think like I couldn't even go to sleep in my own house and know that my children are safe. Just by me going to sleep, my children were left unprotected. So I don't know what the future of this channel is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to change the name or what. Um, yeah.
So I replayed it for those of you who just came in. Hey, sweets.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Did you
Oh
have
my, first of all, I want to say shout out to you, little sis. I've been with you from day one and I have seen you evolve to the beautiful black rose that you are. And people out there listening, if they take some time to listen to what you're saying, right? You're giving them so many tools to put in the tool better life. And I'm proud of you because you don't have kids yet and you're learning everything you need to learn and you're right where you need to be. But can I swear on this thing?
go ahead?
Okay. Because listen, first of all, I pray for this young lady, and nobody deserves this, okay? Especially the children, all right? But one thing I want to say, sometimes seek and you shall find, right? Sometimes you don't need to look for things, especially she on that first, them other videos, she's up there a little bit upbeat, and this is not no dig at her, but the way she was going about, like, I want to be, she was doing perfectly fine by herself with her kids, wasn't she?
Yep, that's what it
All
seemed.
right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I said that's what it seemed like, but she also seems like she validates her womanhood by whether or not she has a man, because she was with a
Absolutely.
man and she was leaving him. She said the lease was up, and then she just jumped right into a relationship with the guy that she married.
Well, you know what? And then there's some red flags. I live in Boston, and there's flags that hang down the side of the goddamn Prudential building. You
Mhm.
got to see them. You know what I mean? Where she was talking about, well, I went and bought the rings and things like that. Those are things that you should look at. Like, let me slow down because I'm telling you, nowadays, y'all, ladies and young women and even men, right? Know your worth and know your value. Let somebody court you like the old days, or like you say, cash you out. You know what I mean? Show me how bad you want me. And believe me, when you're not doing nothing, God will drop somebody in your lap meant just for you. I'm a believer. If you try to go seek, you shall find. But be careful of the things that you might bring back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
And let me say this, where she was a victim before, and again, I'm not trying to come at her because I have children, and being a mother, your first thing is, like you always say, and I agree with you when you say, when you have a kid, you do it for you. I don't care if you the fucking wife, the side bitch, the mistress, or whatever. If you get pregnant, you have a child because you want to have a child. You understand? Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the one raising the child more than the man. And we like to do this 50-50 thing, and we will all of us, and maybe some people out there in the chat can agree, we will all love to be with our first baby father, and then we have more kids, the white picket fence, everything all good. But sometimes it don't work like that, and that don't make us not love our children no less. But when you have them, you got to watch out for your kids like a hawk. And no matter what, when it comes to, her baby was 2 and 4, her daughters, right?
Yeah.
When you give your daughters a bath, even my baby fathers, of my children, it was certain things, when the kids was little, like, I got that, you know what I mean? It wasn't like my baby father wouldn't do it, but I did that, and you pay attention. So it baffles me, right?
Mhm.
How it took her 4 years. Because if somebody is messing around down there for a little girl or a big grown coochie, right?
Mhm.
You can tell the difference, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, she gets on the internet and she vent, and I'm all here for it. Let it out. Get therapy. I got a whole organization called Arts Over Anxiety. We put art over anxiety and mental illness. But at the end of the day, it's you was a victim, right?
Mhm.
And you know what this is. Ain't you, us women gotta be challenged to break generational curses that are put upon us. She's a victim of rape, right? And
Yeah.
then she got raped. And now her kids, the damn baby father, is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A molester. Like, when does it stop? Goddamn. When does kids don't have a voice? So I'm just saying, if I'm wrong, God help me. And
No,
Love Jones' little sister, you tell me if I'm wrong for feeling like you didn't see this sooner.
you know what I was thinking? I was thinking because there's other ways that you could play around, do things inappropriate with kids that don't involve penetrating them. So
Okay.
maybe he was doing other things like petting or oral stuff. You know what I mean? Ugh, I just
Okay.
think about it, it's so disgusting. So whereas you don't see the actual evidence of something going on, that's the only thing I could think of as far as that is concerned. But I do commend her for when she did recognize something was wrong, she immediately
Absolutely.
took action, and that
Absolutely.
I respect that so much.
Absolutely. And like I said, my questions, I'm only human, and I'm always going to be here for the women. And I'm not here for no damn abuse upon nobody. You understand what I'm saying? And I got kids that are grown. But it comes to a point where we all challenge as Black women, where we have to break these generational curses. You understand? We got to stand up for it. And believe me, big ups to her for coming out and saying, but damage has been done. You feel me? And you can't go back and retract in certain things. I just say, if you let God and let the universe, right, the angels, ancestors, and the damn aliens, let everything work the way it's supposed to work, you will find your divine person. You know how you be in the supermarket, girl, at the Dollar Tree, be
Yeah.
like, find somebody, that old school type of, I'm reaching for the damn bread, and you too. Hey, how you doing? You'll meet somebody just like that. You just got to have faith and don't go out seeking, because you will find. And look at her. She was looking on YouTube, telling us what she doing, how to do it. She
Yeah.
worried about the wrong goddamn thing. And that's how I feel sometimes, with people with money. It'll make you think that everything is okay. You know what I mean? Everything's all right. And you be missing it. And let me say this, a lot of sacrifice goes into being a wife and a
Mhm.
mom, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of men will try to take you off your pivot of being a mother because they so goddamn needy, all right? And
Mhm.
want you like she was saying, well, I couldn't leave and go. Why the hell you couldn't leave and go to the store with your goddamn? I had to make up the Halloween. That
Yeah,
was perfect. Get in the fucking car and go with your goddamn
that
kids.
was
What?
weird. Like, what do you mean you can't leave with all of your kids? Like, he would think it's suspicious. That was weird. Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on now, come on. Yeah, like, yo, I'm looking at her 59 ways to Sunday, but it ain't but one way to get to Sunday. And I'm not, again, y'all, I ain't trying to dog her. I'm not trying to say it's her fault. I'm giving her props for recognizing it. But one thing about this young lady, and believe me, social media is a good way to get your therapy and get it out if you got to. But I
yeah,
think for her, she need to go sit her ass down, get off social media, and tend to her children.
yeah.
That's a job within its goddamn self. I might change my name. I don't know what channel. Bitch, get the fuck off the goddamn. Go tend to your
Mhm.
kids and get yourself some help, because she ain't gonna be no good for her children if she don't do the right thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for calling in. This was great. You made so many great points.
Well, you know what? Thank you for having me in. And again, big ups to you. You're a bright young lady. Don't let nobody steal your shine. I didn't see you come through. I was so glad that, I go way back to when I was about to get in my car and come whoop some ass when you was in the club and they tried to jump my little sister. I was like, okay. I go way back with you and I seen you mature. You let go some people and you stood on your own. You didn't, Storm and you cool as ice, but all along you stood on your own because them haters could have took you down, but you didn't, and you still stand tall. And that was when you was in the hundreds of followers. You never broke. So I just want to give you props
Thank
today.
you so much.
And I
Thank
love you so much. Okay. I'm
you.
gonna come to New York and come see you one time. Okay.
Period. Good night.
All right. Love y'all, love bugs. Bye.
That was awesome. Hey, Fuzzy Spirals.
Hey everybody. Hey love bugs. Hey girl. It's my first time on your panel, but I
Shouts out to you.
thanks. I just wanted to share, like, my child is 19 and at 16 I asked him, just to be sure, it's an annual question, has anyone touched you? Because I need to know. I made it myself a very safe space for him to come to me. And we lived a regular life, but because I know evil is in the world, I prepared my child to feel safe to come to me, right?
Yeah.
Um, my mom was touched and had two children at 16 and 17 years old that she did not want, that she did not ask for, that were forced on her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Therefore, she was very protective of me. And that protection I am so grateful for because I made it through. So I just want to share with some people, and hopefully this young lady, that's got to be devastating because the monster is in the house. You don't look for the monster in the house. But my
Yeah.
mom was very protective, even though she had a husband. My dad and her, I'm a product of my dad and her, and she still did not play no games because she knew that evil is out here. And
Mm,
that's how women have to move. This woman was no more protected than any single woman with children. As a matter of fact, half the chat, including myself, was confused in the beginning, thinking that this was some single woman that had children, when the whole time you literally had to keep telling us that these are children that he created with her.
yes.
These children are his children.
Mm,
Because everybody thinks and wants to harp on the single woman as if there's only harm in the single woman's household.
yep.
Meanwhile, this is a whole man that has created multiple children. And now it's being exposed what his motive was. Why did he choose this woman? She thinking because she's so
Oh
the
no.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm here. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps closing, but so she's thinking she's so fly. She's all online trying to tell other women how to get it, and the whole time this man had been playing her the whole freaking time. She's an easy mark, and the second she marketed him as a winner,
Hmm.
I believe that's where she effed up the whole program. You know what I mean? Because he just knew she was going to have to protect the image that she's putting out there. You're literally putting this image, you're literally making money off of this image you're putting out there. Thank God she loved her children enough
Yes.
to say, screw this man, you touch my children, and this happened to me. No way. You know what I mean? So now she's feeling like there's a betrayal that God did to her when God ain't did it, baby. God didn't do this. That man had this ish in him before you met him. You just didn't vet him well enough to know that he would do it to your children. But it was already there in him. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? You didn't know this man until you found out.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it reached another generation, and you are going to have to teach your children. So, the first thing I want to say that I did with my son is when he was two, he was consistent with being able to cleanse himself. He'd be in the club with his little toys and trains and characters and stuff. for as long as he wanted to be, but he did not need mommy's help anymore to properly cleanse him. You see what I'm saying? I'm making sure he's safe. The door is open so I can walk by and make sure he ain't drowning or nothing crazy like that. But he did not need me to wash him except for his back. And while I'm washing his back, I'm telling him the reason why I am not touching him or seeing him from the front. That way, he now has a sense of nobody is supposed to see me. I literally.
Yes. Yes. Hello? Oh, damn.
I'm so sorry, y'all. The screen keeps closing, so I got to keep looking at it. So what I just said was, I told my son, no adult needs to see your private. This is your private area. It is for you and only you until you get older and it's proper for you to share. That's all the kid needs to know. It
Yes.
is private. Nobody's supposed to see it. If any adult asks you to see it, adults know that they are not supposed to be seeing you. You come tell me. You don't argue with them. You just come tell me, and mommy will deal with the adult because adult to adults need to deal with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't scare him. Here's one of the things my mom did with me. She would say things like, I got to protect you because your daddy going to go to jail. Well, I don't want my daddy to go to jail. So when a neighbor touched my breast, I didn't tell nobody but my best friend because I don't want my daddy to go to jail. Okay. When my daddy needed to deal with that man.
Yeah.
Don't tell your kids stuff like that. You tell your kids that adult to adult, we need to talk. We need to deal. Okay. That ain't something that shouldn't be on a little kid's shoulder. What's going to happen next? But what's going to happen next is definitely going to happen next, if you know what I mean.
That's what groomers do. They say, I'm gonna hurt your family if you tell. So your mother saying your father's gonna go to jail is kind of in the same realm as, scaring you into not saying anything.
It scared me because I knew my daddy would fight him or kill him. Right? Like, my daddy don't play about me. He was my protector. He was going to do what a man gonna do. Ain't no man supposed to be on me as no little girl with a bird chest. You know what I mean? So that's not supposed to happen. And I knew and understood. I understood that my father was going to unalive this man. And I don't want that to happen. So I'll bear it. I'll deal with it. You see what I'm saying? Even as a youngster, I'm dealing with it instead of letting it be known. Don't do that to your kids. Don't set them up like that. You just tell them that adult to adult. Adults know that they are not supposed to touch you. Now your kid knows. Hold on. You ain't supposed to be, this don't feel right. So my son's about 9 years old and he's exposed to porn. What did he do? He came directly to me to tell me not only who, when it happened, how it happened, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I made sure that he wasn't violated or anything like that. He was not, thank God. Them people still breathing, but they never were around my child anymore. There are people in my direct family that me and his father just had to work it out. I was like, I'm going to pull the night shift. You work. He didn't have the option to work his job at night. So I would work at night. He worked during the day and we would just switch off. Okay. I'm not leaving him with just anybody. He's his dad. I know he's not going to hurt him. I could not stand this man. I didn't give a damn about what me and him had going on. Is my child safe around you? My child was safer around his father, despite me and him not getting along, than he was around my own family. Come to freaking find out years later, the same household I would have had to have left my son in at night, the girls in that household were being inwarded.
Oh, wow.
By other family members in the household. So my child would have either been there witnessing it because he's a boy.
Oh, hello? Oh, I don't know what happened, but we're going to go to the next caller. Thank you for calling in, Fuzzy. Hey, She.
Hey, Love Jones. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's up, boo?
Oh my gosh. First of all, great topic. I'm so glad you opened it up. As you always do, you're not afraid to get into the murky waters and, find all the crazy monsters that, are lurking in the deep. So thank you. Um I wanted to say that this topic really hits home because I'm a mother.
Mhm.
I'm a mom of three daughters, all under the age of 10.
Wow.
I'm also a single mother.
Mhm.
I'm also all my daughters, not that it matters, but for context, all my
Mhm.
daughters have the same father. There's one father, three daughters, right?
Okay.
They're both our first children, like first,
Mhm.
that's all the children we both have. And we're not together.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. Um Even when we're not, we haven't been together for years.
Mhm.
And I never for one said to myself, you know what? My house feels empty. I'm gonna bring somebody in here. Or you know what? My daughters need a father. I'm gonna go seek one, for them. Like I feel like there's a problem with within our community where the women are told that they are incomplete, especially when perhaps they did not do things in a straight line, or things didn't work out as preferred,
Mhm.
right? And we are left being told by society that you're incomplete, something's missing, or without this included in your kit, you are not going to be um prime for picking or whatever, which
Mhm.
sounds disgusting in itself, but that is literally how it feels like. It feels like women are put on market,
Yep.
and we are told that all this is needed in this box in order for it to be worthy of something worthwhile.
Mhm.
And that's unfortunate, and it really starts with all this respectability politics, religion. I think that's a huge thing.
Yes.
This religion, because I'm a church kid. You know what I mean? And I don't go to church now. Which is, I would have never imagined it as a kid, that I would have a family and be an adult and not be going to church. But so many things that I was told there, although there are some fundamentally strong and sound things there that you can utilize to become, a morally sound person. However, there's a lot of corruption, a lot of twisting of a lot of doctrine for whomever is speaking, whatever motive they have. And that really messes us up as a community. The music is another thing, the messaging, the
Yes.
programming, the advertisement.
Yes.
So much advertisement is geared towards Black women, telling us how much we're not enough. So much
Yep.
consumerism, over consumerism. And I'm just so tired of it. And I have three daughters, and it's just so much like unprogramming that I have to do on the daily, whether it be something that they heard in school or whatever like that. And for this woman to come on the internet and share her story, first of all, that in itself is a big thing. I definitely love to see vulnerability and real stories from real people come to the forefront. But there's a big elephant in the room with her, you know what I mean? And it really just feels like, ma'am, you wanted to flaunt
Mm.
a perfect thing, to who you deem to be imperfect people, right? You
Yep.
wanted to profit over a group of women that you felt were lesser than, so that they could look up to you. And all the while you have all these insecurities and brokenness that you're hiding. It's
Yep.
one thing to say, you know what, here's my brokenness and here's what I learned from it. Come on, sister, let me show you how we can heal from it together. That's one thing.
Yes.
But it's another thing to say, well, here's the perfect package. I did it. I found my way. And you know what? For this amount of money, you can too. You could be like me. I'll show you the way. Oh, you don't know how to do it, girl. Let me show you how to show up like me so that you could get what I get. You want to be like me? You see what I got? It's because I'm who I am. Now let me show you how to be a copy of me. That is insulting, because
Mm.
it's not real sisterhood. Let's be honest. There's a lot of mean girl isms in there. There's a lot of different stuff going on when these women come up in here and saying that they're selling the course. And you could tell the ones that are disingenuous because they show up like a Coach Stormy. I'm sorry. That's a disingenuous woman to me. Girl.
What?
Girl.
How we even gonna get started
Women
on her?
empowerment, my ass.
Now, hello. All right.
Women empowerment brunch, my ass. We're
that
done.
Okay, because
We're done.
She doesn't even feel right. Like, it's something about her that does not sit right. Period. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's so mean girlish. Like, and I'm from New York City. I know a mean girl girl, let's stop. Okay. So it's like, I'm just so tired of us being duped as a community by these people trying to profit on what they're selling to us as our brokenness. We need to wake up and stop it. Stop with the over consumerism. Stop with the needing a man to complete you. When have you ever seen a Black woman literally come up by a Black man? Like, for real, for real.
Hello.
When have you seen it?
That's all.
Yeah,
that's all I be saying, and they cuss me out like
a
boy.
And it's like, that's why your platform is so unique, because you are literally an unapologetic Black woman saying what we all don't want to say out loud. And you're on a platform showing your face, beating your face down, looking good, boots down.
Thank you. Ow.
Rocking an afro.
Yeah.
Not changing up your vernacular or nothing like that. Speaking how you speak.
Mm-hmm.
Showing your books that you read. Like, saying it with flair, knowledge, entertaining. Bringing the raw to the table and saying, this is what it is. I'm not going to zhuzh it up for you. I'm not going to make it digestible for you. And this is my woman experience. Now what?
Yep. And I get shamed so bad. You ain't got no man. Where your ring at? I'll be like, what the fuck, bitch? I'm alive. Do y'all not know what the Black femicide rate is doing out here?
Oh my gosh. And it's like, what value would a man bring to the table for me at this point? Why is it that my humanity needs to be, validated by another human? I came into this world whole. What's the problem?
Hello.
I came into this world whole. There is nothing more than that I need. Now, I might be more comfortable with some things. And even that is, even that is subject to change as I grow in my human experience.
Mm-hmm.
I might be comfortable one thing when I'm 21 and I'm not comfortable with it at 30s. Hello?
Exactly.
So it's like this woman, I do feel for her, man. What hurts the most is that it happened to the children. Yes. What hurts the most, the children will be scarred for life. That's what hurts the most. And what also hurts the most is that this energy demon was siphoning from the kids and feeding off these kids. You know what I mean?
His own biological daughters.
Yes, right. And I'm not surprised, because guess what? When you have a thirst as a demon, it doesn't matter in what package it comes in. Your food, I'm going to eat you. Your food.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what package. It does not matter. So it's like the woman was ignoring a lot of things. Let's not be dumb. Let's not be dull.
She said it. She said
okay.
A lot of things that happened that, I just, once we got married, things changed that I didn't like, bitch. So what the fuck? You still got your happy ass up on the internet talking about get a man that you could be proud of.
Hello. And that's why all these femininity coaches are scammers. I don't care.
Frauds. That's why I don't call myself a coach. I'm a real ass bitch. And I'll be up here. We talk, we get into real life, and I never say, oh, fuck love. No, it's beautiful. When
it's right.
But don't be out here just desperate, accepting because they shame you for not having a man. It's a trick, a scam, and I'm just done.
When was it even that serious? Like, it's like, I'd be like, why do we care so much? We are the prize. Men will, if there's a hole, which they actually have that in the porno world, where there's literally a hole that's warm and moist, and they put their thing in it. So what? Why are you so pressed to get what?
Don't even know what's on the side.
Huh?
They don't even know who the hell is on the other side. It's crazy out here. But
they don't.
Babe, I gotta go to the next caller.
Thank you
so much for calling in.
Keep doing what you do, Love Jay.
Thanks.
Brooklyn is the right way. Bye-bye.
Hello, I speak spiritual.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Love Jones.
What's going on, boo? Do you have anything you want to add? Hello? Hello? What's going on? StreamYard is acting a fool. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, that was my fault. Okay, so I had saw this video. Well, first, how you doing, Love Jones? How you
I'm
doing?
good. Thanks for asking.
Okay, you from New York? I'm from Chicago. How y'all doing?
Hello.
How y'all doing? But basically, I had saw this video as I was scrolling early today, but I didn't not your video, but I'm talking about the video you played with the woman. Like I dated a monster or something like that. I married a monster or something like that. But I didn't want to like click on it because I already listened to like enough content about like men and red flags and stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to like overwhelm my mind and get to thinking that every man is evil. So I just kind of like scrolled past it because I didn't want to like overconsume myself with negativity. But I think at this point, now that I like tapped into your show, I always like listen to you. Now that I tapped into your show, it's for a reason why maybe I should say something about, the video. So I saw a little bit about it, and I wanted to say first, when it comes to some of the things that a lot of the things that you say, not even some, but a lot of the things that you tell us women to do and you advise us to do, I agree with it. I know that you're more like spiritual than religious. I know you don't really like talk about scripture or nothing like that. You keep it, separate from that, which I can understand. I agree with when she was talking about like how the church it and how their teachings can be corrupt and pretty much manipulate or confuse, the people that's listening. So I'm gonna just say from the knowledge that I've gained, and how it coincides with some of the things that you say. So scripture wise. So I don't want people to like think that God expects us to be pushovers or people pleasers or anything like that. When I read the Bible and I got my own understanding, Genesis the 3rd chapter and the 16th verse, this is when God cursed man and woman. And when I read the scripture and I saw the scripture say, as part of the curse for woman, it says that you will desire your husband. It said that you will desire your husband, but he will rule over you. So what I gather from that is to be desperate for your husband, to be desperate for a man is really a curse. It's not a privilege. It's not a blessing. It's part of the curse. It's part of the curse. That's the way that I looked at it. And I'm not saying that men are evil. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, because it is so deep, and in order to talk about what's going on today, we got to start from the beginning. We got to start from the very beginning. And so when I got this understanding, I just became more aware. And I'm kind of like you. I don't have children. I'm not thirsty for marriage or anything like that, but I have been in relationships with men that I love and I care about, but I had to let them go because we just wasn't spiritually aligned. And when I read the scripture and I realized, I said, okay, this is a curse. Like, this is not something that we shouldn't be feeding into. We shouldn't be feeding into the desperation. We should be mindful of the fact that this is a curse. This is not something that that's a blessing and that could warrant us a good life or a harmonious relationship. This is something that we should be aware of. Also, too, another scripture that coincides with what you were saying, like I believe I heard you say one time that even if I don't have children, I can be a mother to all nations of people. I don't have to be a mother in order to nurture and teach and guide. I don't. And I agree with the same thing. And another scripture to back that up is Isaiah, the 54th chapter, in the first verse. It says, woman, be happy. You have no children. You are not alone. And it basically just says that for women, basically what society says and what men say, some men, not all men, but some men, what they say to Love Jones or what they say to us about, oh, we'll be alone with 50 cats and all this other stuff. We shouldn't be afraid of that. We shouldn't be in scarcity, because God says to be happy. Be happy you're alone. Be happy that you don't have children, because you could be a mother to different type of groups of people. You don't have to be a mother just to your own children. You could be a mother to all nations of people. And I know, because I've seen it. So I just want to put that there, that even though I know people don't go back scripture, God, he literally does not want us to desire our husbands to a point where we just willing to take anything. He wants us to be happy, whether we're married, whether we're single. And if people read the word and they get their own understanding instead of listening to the church, then they will understand for themselves what the scripture actually means. Because that's what I did. I don't go to church every Sunday. I go to church sometimes because I go to church to praise God. I don't go to church to be in people's face. I go to church specifically to praise God. I don't go to church for nothing else. So when I don't go to church, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to, different content creators like Real Talk Yana, like people that have wisdom. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we can all learn from each other. It don't have to be just learning from a specific religion or anything. Because the same people that don't practice those things or is not as invested in those things can still speak truth to life. And you can go back and look at it for yourself. It's not, if you know that the church is corrupt and that it's things about, if you know that there's people in the church that's corrupt, you don't get away from the word just because of that. You go find out for yourself. You read for yourself, because you can be a lot more wise and intelligent than the person on the pulpit. But you gotta, do the work. So, I just wanted to just say that, and also wanted to say that, I'm more of a girl's girl. I tell women, when you're dealing with a guy's girl, honestly, I don't trust guys, girls. I don't trust women that make everything about a man. I don't.
Here.
Huh?
I said same here.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I've been in situations where I believe the man over the woman, and I wish I didn't. I wish I would have considered the woman's story, because there's always three sides to it. I wish I would have considered and maybe asked more questions or something like that, but I didn't. It's okay. You live and you learn. So now I know, you coming to me about your ex, or you coming to me about your baby mama, or you coming to me about your wife. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not gonna take everything in and just take it as truth. Because you could be saying this, it could be a little truth about that, but because I know how irritating men can be about stuff sometimes, and it can make you react, I'm gonna have to consider her story too. I'm gonna have to consider her too. I can't just hear what you got to say and that's it. So
Well,
yeah, she should. Yeah.
Wrap up your last thought, then I'm gonna go to the next caller.
No, I was just gonna say she should never got a Marine. That's all.
Girl, because what? That took me out. But thank you for calling in.
Thank you for listening.
Of course. Okay, bye. Hey, Tanya.
Hey, everybody. Hey, LJ.
So, what are your thoughts on the video and everything that's going on with this woman and her husband? I hope she started the process of divorcing this man.
LJ, I'm always here for a good cackle. I'm always here for a joke or two. But, this is a serious topic, so I'm putting on my serious voice which is also my sexy come hither voice. So,
Oh,
excuse me. My issue is, this thing is just like I'm literally just shaking. Just hearing it and experiencing it, as well as reading the chat and also emotionally connecting with my fellow love bugs in the chat. And when this story basically is everywhere. I've seen it all on Instagram and YouTube, and the people comments are just so disheartening. One of them that I want to tell you was I had saw a Peach McIntyre, and I know I only brought up Peach because you talked about her before, and we all know Peach. Um, my issue was when she was talking about it, I was just like, "How dare you?"
what
You
did she
understand what I'm saying?
I didn't catch that. What she said?
Well, you could go on her
Oh,
Instagram.
TikTok.
She got like three videos. You know how they like 1, 2, and 3 kind of thing.
Yeah.
And my issue is, Peach, you have one daughter in that house full of boys. You
Mm,
should be the main one taking notes. You should be the main one with your eyeball, especially on that one girl in a house full of young boys that's growing up. Also, have their own different, you know, different levels that they are, that they're in. You got to remember boys going through their stages. Girls are different. We go through our stages too, but they got that testosterone, you know, and they need to understand what's appropriate and not appropriate. You understand what I'm saying? I give you one example. My homegirl, she has children. One of her oldest kids was watching porn, and the girl child was in the room too, and he
oh,
was still watching it. She
oh,
was watching it. You understand what I'm saying? But just listen. These are siblings, right? And
mm,
that's the thing too. You got to worry about the siblings too. We got to worry about everybody in the home,
yeah,
because if it's not from an adult to a child, that sexual experimentation tends to go to the person to the next of you, which
mm,
happens to be a sibling sometimes. I'm not
yeah,
saying it happens in every household, but you got to be mindful. All these children are going through their own journeys, and they all experiencing all these different emotions and feelings in their body, and they need to understand and process this. I told her that it was inappropriate. I told her that she should not have that daughter around the older son, because he knows what the fuck is wrong and what's right and wrong. And maybe she don't. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's not just keep your eye out on the new male you're dating or the new man you're dating, but also the cousins that's
mm,
also in the same age group, the
yes,
siblings, the playing house, the
yeah,
oh this and that, and absolutely wrong. You understand? And for Peach to be so insensitive, talking about this and that, and you need to focus. You bring in two more children in this chaotic home. This man could leave you any day, and
yeah,
you choose to want to date again. And you got all these household full of kids. Be mindful of that. And all of these are boys, and their penises get hard. And you know what I mean? And they're all experimenting with their own journey themselves, or whatever the case may be. Be mindful of that, Peach. You're not the perfect mother. You're not the perfect parent. You got too many kids that you can even handle. Because
yeah,
let's think about it. If this was an actual daycare, it's supposed to be what? 4 kids to 1 person? Peach, you've exceeded that amount of children of versus the ratio of how many adults is in that household. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
And you need to be mindful of that. And like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys long, because this topic just rubs me the wrong way, and I don't have too much to say. But my thing about it is, please, let's all protect our children. It starts within the home, amongst their siblings, against the adults, against the extended family adults. It could be any freaking body.
yep.
And
So
like I said, I may not be the richest and I may not be the prettiest, but compared, like what all these coaches and these women that talk down on you saying, oh, well, if he wanted to, he would. And you're not that girl if you don't have that kind of lifestyle. Let me tell you fucking something. I am okay with the lifestyle I'm able to provide with me and my kids. I don't let a motherfucker come up in here for nothing. when I have to get something done to this house that I bought with my money versus, oh, the women say, oh, the man's supposed to buy you a house. You're not that girl if he can't buy you a house. Well, bitch, I bought my own self a house. How about that? What the fuck kind of girl am I? You understand what I'm saying? I would rather live in fucking squalor with
Me
my
too.
goddamn kids. You understand? I would rather work at the Quickie Mart and perfect my Arabic fucking accent. Welcome to the Quickie Mart. Auntie, you want me to put on your gas? I will practice all that and I will live off that income with pride. Than to put my future, my present in a man's hands. Financially, emotionally, spirit. I am sick of these women on YouTube, Instagram, all these other fucking platforms that says, oh, I can teach you how to get this and get that, but they never tell you the dark side. They never tell you what's on the other side of the fucking lens when they turn the cameras off.
Yep.
And what they will put themselves in, the position they will put themselves in, and their kids, just for a lifestyle, just for an image, just for a label on their fucking back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yep. I do.
I love you all. I love you guys. Thank you for your time.
So much for coming up, boo.
I'm getting too emotional, so I hope you got another live later on that we can run our mouths and kiki kaka. Okay?
All right, boo. Later.
All right. Love you guys.
All right. Bye. Okay. Before we take the next caller, let's pull up the Peach McIntyre and see what she had to say. Shouts out to Peach McIntyre on IG, fair use.
This is a story from when I was a little girl. I might not have all the details right, but this is a true story happening in Tampa, Florida. It once was this married man, and he was married. He was a married man. Yeah, he was married. He had money. He was a black man. And him and his wife owned multiple real estate throughout the city of Tampa. But he also was cheating on his wife with a lady in the projects that had kids. She was a single mom. And one day, the lady at the projects, the single mom, and her kids got in a car accident. And when they got in a car accident, they went to the hospital. And when they went to the hospital, the daughter of the single mom who lived in the projects that was messing with the married man, thinking she hit the jackpot because he was rich. He owned real estate, him and his wife, all throughout Tampa. But when they went to the hospital, they performed some tests and they discovered that her 12-year-old daughter was pregnant. And when they asked her who she was pregnant from, who had been touching on her, come to find out, it was the rich, married black man from Tampa, Florida, who owned real estate throughout Tampa. This is a true story. So once again, I know y'all think that I'm being mean. I know y'all don't want to hear it. So y'all, this is a story from when I was a little girl. I might not have all the details.
Wait, that's it?
That's what she said. I married a monster. I didn't know he was a monster. But I just want to say this. I told y'all a couple months ago and y'all got mad at me. Them niggas don't be wanting y'all. Y'all be thinking, oh, because you a single mom, a rich man wants you and your kids. Bitch, he didn't want you. And while you was just like getting your daughter tested, I would have tested the boys too. I hope y'all know they touch boys. I hope y'all know they touch little boys. They don't just mess with little girls. And the way my mind works, he probably messed with your little boys first. He seen that you was a goofy. You was just there for money and looking pretty, just pretty dicks and dumb. And then after he got away with messing with your sons, he started messing with your daughter. She got a video talking about how her son ain't like her husband. Yeah, because children know the truth about people. When children don't like a grown motherfucker, you don't fuck with a grown motherfucker. My grandma always taught me, my great-grandma Merle, children and animals know the truth about people. As far as adult humans are easily deceived. A lot of you hoes don't like me. Y'all think I'm illiterate, dumb, evil, dark-spirited because another grown motherfucker told you so, and that bitch was just jealous. You guys, when you grow up, when you become grown, you kind of lose that spiritual insight that God gives children, babies, especially, and animals. But I told y'all that. Y'all don't like to listen. When I be telling y'all stuff, it's not me being mean. Yes, you can look up as a single mom and hit the jackpot with a man. That's what she said. I married a monster. I didn't know he was a. So Peach Patch, my face is so ashy, but that's not what we here to talk about. Gregory McKay just ran into Target, and I was just scrolling on TikTok, and I stumbled upon a video of this lady named Isis. She called herself the new trophy wife, where she was talking about she went to change her daughter's, I'm gonna assume pamper or pull up. And when she went, her daughter was real red and irritated down there, very sensitive. And she asked her daughter, "Did anybody touch you there?" Like, and her daughter said, "Yes, daddy." Kind of find out, I'm summarizing for you. She took the kids, she lied and said that she was going Halloween shopping with her sister so she could take all the kids with her. Took all her kids with her, went to the hospital. The first hospital refused because they don't do, those kind of kits at their hospital. So she had to go to another hospital. The police escorted her and kind of find out the daddy, the husband that saved the single mom, the rich man that saved the single mom, he had been messing with both of their daughters. And when I was reading the comments, I'm still not 100, allegedly, I'm still not 100% sure, but from reading the comments, people are saying like her two sons aren't his, but the two little girls that the daddy was touching, her husband was touching, are his. Then other people saying the only one was his and the other two wasn't. I don't know. I don't know this lady, never seen her before. But I had went on her YouTube and her video's not aging well. She was talking about how she went from being a single mom to a rich housewife and all that. And she married a monster. That's what she said. I married a monster. I didn't know he was a monster. But I just want to say this. I told y'all. So Peach Patch, my face.
Rip me out the plastic. I've been acting brand new.
This nephew Tommy from the. So that's what Peach said. I mean, I don't outright disagree with what Peach said. I just think that Peach is trying to validate herself and the fact that she got with a man that's broker than a motherfucking joke and don't pay for shit and can't pay for shit, ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. And I feel like that's where her stance is coming from. She's coming from a defensive, standpoint of everybody shaming her for being with a broke ass husband. But Peach is about to have 9 children. She already has 7, and she's pregnant currently with twins. And like Tanya said, she only has 1 daughter in a house full of boys. So you just never know. You never know. Hey, Audrey. Hello? Okay, let's try this.
Oh, Lord.
I can hear you on this one. Yeah, it was
Okay.
up here twice. You got 2 tabs
Ooh,
open?
do I? Girl, hold on. Do I? Let me. Oh, you know what I do? Let me get out.
I can hear you on this one good. The other one, I don't. Hello? Hello? Dang, I was just hearing you so clear. Oh, damn. You took out the wrong one, Audrey. God damn it. Hello? Hello? Audrey, close both of them out. And then, okay. Let's see. Pop back up here. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
StreamYard is the devil. Okay. I hope you having a good evening, honey.
Thank you. You too.
Ooh, this was heavy. This was heavy. I've been in here since you started. I hope that she and the children are doing much better. I hope they are in a safe space. And I hope that she is definitely going through with that, the divorce and everything. I hope she's wrapping this up, cleaning her hands, because this was very sad to listen to. I got emotional very, very, a lot of different times. And I really just feel super, super sad, just for the kids, because what she was saying, she was like, how she got here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, godly, like, and I know she really won't. I don't know if she'll ever forgive herself for, kind of, because I don't want to blame her. Mm-hmm. Definitely not doing that. But I just wonder if she'll, ever kind of, like come to the conclusion, like, dang, I wish I would have I wish I would have moved a little bit different. But I mean, like we were talking about in the chat, she paid the ultimate price, trying to live a certain lifestyle. And to me, it ain't her fault. Mm-hmm. She was taught this, like society, standards. You got to have a man. You got to do this. all of that stuff. So I definitely don't blame her. I just wish that, the kids just would have been protected, but that's their dad. Like, if you can't
That
protect the kids from the dad, like,
that
who can so that right there, just get your butt from over there. Don't go over there. I'm sorry. It, it's really, really it's really sad. It's real heavy, but I didn't really have too much to say. Like I said, because it was really, really heavy, but I definitely hope that she is doing better. And I wonder if she's gonna like alter her channel from being, a glorified trophy wife, considering, what has happened and what she's, let everyone know. Like, I wonder if she's gonna go like in a different direction of that platform. I do.
I'm sure she will. I mean, she changed her name. Her name up there is Isis now.
Okay, so she's changed her name and stuff.
I personally feel like it should just morph into, an awareness channel, on how to protect
Yes,
because
I think that would be awesome.
that makes the most sense to me. But
It does. Like those red flags that she was ignoring, she can let other people know, hey, look for these, because I ignored them and this is what happened, unfortunately. But to prevent this from, possibly happening to you guys, go ahead and start looking at different things, because oh my God, that's a really, really sensitive subject. And girl, yeah. But Peach, you need to worry about yourself. Worry about girl. Girl, like, you got twins in the oven, and then like Miss Tanya said, like, you literally have only one girl in the house. And do you know all what's going on? Probably don't, because you don't
she don't even she be with her kids, but she will go off for like days at a time to
be
work,
gambling.
Gamble, and to make content. She says it all the time. Oh, I left the kids. My husband watched the kids, so I'm getting an $80,000 show.
First of all, how your husband watching his kids anyway? That ain't never made no sense to me.
Me either.
Girl, he watching his girl to miss his kids, but she needs to put a spotlight. Just people need to do better. Parents, just do better in protecting your kids. Like, I have a younger cousin. This my sister cousin. This my very first cousin. My mama twin. That's her only daughter. She now has 2 kids. My cousin don't play that. You ain't spending night. The kids ain't spending the night over at nobody's house. You ain't coming over here. She ain't got no boyfriend as far as I know. And if she do, he don't live there. Like, it's you have to be protective over your kids. You brought them into this world. This world is what it is. You have to be careful. You just have to be careful and protect your kids at all costs. And I really hope that everything, is getting better for her. And I hope that, they get that therapy for those girls. Cause that's gonna, kind of really be kind of difficult down the line, but that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna go ahead and get back up in this chat and keep an eye on these trolls, because they was getting on my damn nerves earlier today, getting on my nerve, blaming her and just trolling. But yes, I'm gonna let you go, baby. Love you. See you.
Love you. Thanks for calling in, boo. Okay. Bree, you gotta unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Love your platform. So basically, I didn't know this lady until like someone brought it to my attention. I got her mixed up with like another wife content creator. And a lot of these girls are taking L's. A lot of these level up. And I'm not saying that, all of it is smoke and mirrors, but a lot of them are like getting exposed. Like, there's some arguing with they got pregnant from the sugar daddy and they're arguing with him on live. And, they're getting, a lot of them are taking L's. And it's just, I feel like certain women shouldn't go into the level up sugar baby lifestyle, or should at least know what they're getting into, because there a lot of them are just advertising, oh, you go into a bar, giggle, and you give your way into a life of luxury. It's not that simple. And I'm not victim blaming this lady. I don't think, she looks like a nice lady. I heard, or someone said that she went through SA herself. she grew up being SA. She's a product of it. She was conceived by SA.
Yep.
So that's that generational trauma. That's those curses, that generational curse. So I'm not victim blaming her, but a week. She knew this man for a week, and just the desperation is
Yeah.
really taking over. Like when you have daughters, you have to protect your daughters. You have to think about your daughters. You have to be like so careful because like the red flags were there. Women like to ignore the red flags.
Wait, those were his biological daughters that they had together. So
Didn't she have a kid first?
She had 2 sons when she got with him.
Okay.
And they had 3 biological children together. So the 2 daughters that he essayed were his biological children. And then they just had another baby. She just gave birth to a baby boy 5 months ago.
Okay, got it. And that's unfortunate. And I'm not on here trying to, blame her or, go in on her, but I just think that the red flags were definitely there when she was essayed by him 4 times. And just, I mean, yeah, she was creating her own form of income by doing content creation, but she don't give me the vibe that she's like, mean or nasty. And she's vulnerable. Like a lot of people would have just ignored it or been like the Lynn Whitfield from the Medea movie. It takes a lot to come on camera and say that, so I respect her for that, definitely.
Me too.
It's just that I hope that young women see this, or women period see this, and know like, no, I need to vet these men. I need to know who I'm dealing with. It needs to be longer than a week. I
Yeah.
need to, because I mean, who's to say, you know, that he didn't do anything to those boys or whatever? Because they don't have a preference. Like a kid is a kid to them. So children, period, no matter the sex, you definitely have to think about them and definitely protect them because, regardless if a man has money or not, if he wants to be sick, he can be sick. But yeah, I think eventually the level up content will probably die down some because that's all you see when you go on TikTok, and then a lot of people are getting exposed. And I'm not talking about this particular creator, but a lot of them. One in particular that I saw, she was just so wanting to feel like she was so much better than people, and she hated ghetto people and this and that, like everything that she was. What happened?
I remember her. I think she was called the Kept Wife.
Yeah, all these different wives, and she was so, now that one was nasty. She was really nasty, really mean, really condescending. Everything that she spoke about was she was projecting because that was her, like abandoning her children, being a deadbeat mom.
Yep.
Being a stripper, looking hood rich, like everything that she was.
She was beating her husband's ass too.
Yeah, she got a charge, she got mug shots, but then she's talking down to people. I'm not saying that you have to be around ghetto or hood people, but how you talking down on what you are?
That part.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Like this girl don't give me that vibe that the kept wife girl. That one's a mess. That one's a hot ass mess.
Mm-hmm.
This girl seems like she's a little bit nicer.
I agree.
And there's a bunch of them, honestly. I mean, I like She-Ra, and I don't like how people are blaming her in a way, because it's like She-Ra didn't tell her to marry that man after a week. So I don't agree with that.
Likewise.
She didn't say be stupid and ignore a red flag. Like she didn't say that. So people who are lashing on She-Ra need to chill out because she don't have nothing to do with that. Yeah, the keep want to say the cup life. I mean, it's the trophy life. Isis. Okay, so Isis just kept crediting She-Ra, so then people drug She-Ra into it and try to make it her fault. And people are saying, "Oh, well, she's light skinned with good hair or whatever, so how can she teach us?" And my thing is, why are people so codependent on these influencers or these level up influencers? Like, yeah, she doesn't look like a dark skinned black woman, so why are they looking at her like that? Or it's weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of dark skinned women out here that are in nice relationships with, and have husbands and with resources and stuff. Like, I don't understand.
I personally think that we could all learn from everything that we see, you know, and you take what applies to you and disregard everything else. That's why I don't call myself a coach. I'm not a guru. I'm a regular woman. Let me mute. I'm gonna mute you out. I'm a regular woman that I'm going through the motions like every fucking body else, you know, and I just want us to really feel ourselves more, period, and not make it always about a fucking man. I'm so over everything being about whether or not we got a man or could get a man. Like, no. We could be happy and have successful lives whether or not a man is present. That's it.
I agree with you. It's unfortunate that that's mostly what a lot of these creators talk about. They're very male centered, male obsessed. That's what they live for, basically. Like they don't have anything else going on for themselves, nothing else to do, and I don't want to hear that 24/7.
That part. But thank you for calling in, boo.
Of course. Thank you for letting me on. You have a good one.
Of course, you too. All right, y'all. I need a second. I need to use the bathroom. Dang, we've been up here for 2.5 hours. I'm about to get out of here, but hold on. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, love bugs. Ooh. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Hey, Tanya, you had something else you wanted to add?
I did. I just want to say also with these, we can't trust nobody. We can't trust nobody. Also, y'all know about that situation about that man who daughter had the slumber party. Remember, it was her and her homegirls. They was all like 10, 11, and the father of the girl that was having the slumber party put something in the smoothies.
Yes.
Hello. Hello. And
Yes.
this is, oh, you know, that's so and so's dead and the sleepovers and all this bull crap, and I feel safe and we do it regularly. We cut all that stuff out. This man poisoned these girls with a pill that made them knock out, and who knows what kind of nefarious acts that he had planned with all these girls. And it was one girl who refused to drink it. She said it tasted nasty. And not only he made her a different drink for her to drink and encouraged her to take it. Because I just saw the update recently, and the girl was saying to her parents that he was forcing me. I didn't like the way the smoothie tastes. I told him it tasted weird. Everybody else drank it, and he made me a different drink. And he kept saying, "No, drink it, drink it. No, it's good." Why are you forcing her to drink it? And then you made her an alternative drink, did the same thing to her. You understand what I'm saying?
Crazy. And I remember
So
she
you
coming get her.
And just imagine that father was probably those kids also friends. These adults are friends, and you don't even know what the intention this person has for your own child. We keep giving these men too much credit. Oh, they're the providers and protectors. Not in my household. I'm the provider and the protector. And I've always been. Since the day I was born, I've always been my own provider and protector. I never had that luxury of some man coming in my life talking about, ooh, Cinderella treatment and all that crap. Yeah, okay, whatever. Maybe they not built like that in Brooklyn. I don't know. But I never had that experience. I've never been fucking men-centered, men-obsessed, dick-obsessed. I've never been. I'm sorry. It just don't do it for me. It just don't. And it's not because I'm a lesbian or anything like that. I'm not. I'm just saying I know the fucking real. And when that mask come off and you see somebody for who they really is, it's disgusting. It's painful. And then for it to be in your own family or someone you trust. They always say it's somebody that you freaking trust. We always, women, we got this notion that, oh, it's going to happen. You walking down a block in a dark alley and some mean man going to come and jump out. The mean man is your uncle. The mean man is your goddamn daddy. The mean man is your best friend's daddy that is watching y'all through a little tiny peephole or some crap like that. Look at the other story with the woman who was married to the man and he was drugging her for all those years. And he had all these men coming in nightly to rape his wife.
Yeah. Oh, grape. Say grape, babe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rape his wife. Remember that story? And that's recent. For years he was doing that.
A recent story where the mother, she found a hole in her daughter's bathroom because her daughter had her own bathroom. She was 16. And this was her stepfather. And he had a camera in her shower.
Look at that.
Yep.
Look at this, and this man looks in her face every day at breakfast. This man will look at her every day and say, "Oh, get the mail from the mailbox," and not even knowing that this is a predator. You see how the mask stay on?
Yep.
Don't tell me about trusting men. Don't you tell me about putting my life in a man's hands.
They blame us though and say we should choose better and we make bad choices. And it's like, do you think that all of these predatory men just come to you saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna ruin your life, I'm trying to fuck on your kids"? No, they don't come to you like that.
Do you think that man say, "Hey, I'm gonna poison you for the next 5-6 years," and let random men come in there and rape you while you're knocked out on this poison?
Great, baby, great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry, love bugs. I'm sorry, love Joes. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, come on. Don't tell me I'm supposed to let these men protect me. Get the fuck out of here. That'll never happen. And I swear that on my last dying breath. My mother, God rest her soul, wouldn't even want that for me. You understand what I'm saying? They say we tough, we masculine. Yeah, I gotta protect my own back. Because if I look to you to help me, you talk about, oh, why you wear that outside? Yep. You respond like, oh, well, what was you doing? What did you say? Why was you all up in that nigga face? That's what you give me. You don't give me protection. You don't give me comfort and support. Like, come on. But we the ones, we need them in our lives. Ladies, yo, that shit is over with. It's over with. It's tired. And I'm glad this is the season. This is the generation where these women, these young women, we starting to freaking wisen up. We're not like the others that kept their mouth shut for a place to stay. We're not like the others that knew what was going on and turned a blind eye or swept shit under the rug.
Yes.
I don't care who it is. I'm going to war for mine.
Period.
And I'm not waiting on no man in my family to get the balls enough to have my back. Because a lot of them, they're scared of men too. FYI, ladies, y'all looking for these guys to protect you. They scared of niggas too.
Damn sure is.
They punks too. I've seen many times where a chick bulk up before her nigga do. And he the one telling you, oh, you need to hush your mouth. You need to stop being in that man face. Why? Because you too pussy to be up in his? And another thing before I let you sisters go. Listen, that whole, oh, you acting like a pussy. You acting like a pussy. I think we need to take that label back. Because you know what? A pussy is strong. A pussy takes a good beating. A pussy can stretch and stretch back. A pussy is strong. Let's not let that be a weak thing no more. Them dicks be weak. You can slap it at me and they bulk down and start crying like little babies.
That's true.
So next time when somebody say, "Oh, you being a pussy," like, yeah, I'll be that. I'll be that.
And thank you for calling back in, boo. I'm gonna take the next caller.
All right, love you guys. I'll be in the chat.
Okay, later. Hey, Quaisha, what's up, boo?
Hey, Love Jones. Hey, Mods. Hey, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I have an old iPhone, so my phone be bugging. Um, so, um, so one, I just wanted to say thank you for having this topic. This is one of the many, many, many reasons why I love being a love bug and why I love it here. You are not afraid to dig into the seriousness of topics like this, where we can have a community in the chat and really connect with one another.
Yes. Oh no. Why does keep knocking everybody out? Yeah. Quaisha, you still there? Hello? Hello? Oh, hello?
Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you now. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry about that. I told you this iPhone is getting old. So so I really appreciate, you know what I'm saying, like you having this really, really good conversation, and that we as sisters and women in the chat, we can connect with one another just to, you know what I'm saying, like just to one, get all this off, because it's really therapy in a sense. Even though it's sad what's going on to this woman and her daughter and her children, it is therapy for her to talk about it and for other discussions to be had.
And you know, a man came in the chat and said, YouTube ain't therapy. Get off YouTube. I'm like, yes, it is. And you're a man. So I'm not going back and forth.
YouTube is just a platform. Therapy can happen in any place. A hair salon, a church, somebody kitchen, somebody cookout. Therapy can happen anytime at any place. In workroom, break rooms, and etc. YouTube is just the platform. At the end of the day, it's the people that make the platform, not the platform itself. But some minds don't know how to think that way, unfortunately. But to me, with this woman's story, here's what I think. I think it highlights something that I hear a lot of men don't talk about, and they just refuse to get into it because a lot of them are guilty. When you're looking for a quote unquote high value man, that finances is not the only thing. So I hope this is a lesson to young women, especially my age, younger, older, however. When you're looking at a man and you vetting for a man, finance is not the only thing you should be worried about. It's other characteristics that you need to be thinking about and vetting about. A man is more than just his pocket. And I hate to be that person. The pocket is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. We still don't mess with broke dusties. That's definitely rule number uno. But value and character and morals and intentions and beliefs are, if not more important, but like top of the list.
No, Quaisha, because that is going to be the next vertical live. I have a list, and I put pick-me's, put men above their kids. A man's character is more important than money. Women should be selfish. I have a list, so it's crazy that you're bringing this up. I'm right
because it's true. It's true, because, and what I was going to say is, with that conversation that I saw on TikTok, there was several different conversations. In the last couple of days, I've been MIA because for some reason the spirit just been messing with me, like in a beautiful way, just giving me messages. I was reminded of the men on TikTok having a discussion about not wanting to change their daughter's pampers because it felt weird, and I was just like, why y'all having this discussion? This feels weird, but it's good to know that y'all are weird like that. But this is weird. Why y'all really feel weird about changing that's your daughter? What, it's just a child. Why are you taking this in a whole nother way than what it should be? It's a simple task. Change the diaper, keep it moving. But apparently, in this situation, I wish this woman would have had that conversation, because now, you know what I'm saying, her poor babies wouldn't have no issue. And these men weren't talking about stepchildren; they're talking about their own child. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a foreseen discussion that men are having, and not just men in general. I'm saying specifically a particular group of men. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Okay, so, and then secondly, the other conversation of women in these high value, high lifestyles, the rich and famous, all that, all this money, they're being exposed left and right, because at the end of the day, y'all be suffering for no reason. Just get the bag on your own. Go get your own money. Stop trying to depend on a man for something that now you're stuck in a situation. You should always have something tucked to the side in case something go left. That's what the mamas and the grandmamas and the aunties and the great grandmamas was trying to tell us all them years ago in the 90s and the 80s. They was telling us, go to school, get your bag, get your money. Don't focus on that man. Focus on getting yourself together. Because they knew that a lot of these men that are quote unquote high value, they was never going to teach their sons to be correct. They was never going to check they dusty, trusty sons. They was going to teach them to be like them, and it was just going to keep getting worse.
And it's so sad because a lot of these men feel like, you know, because they got money, they could be abusive. Like it's an excuse, you know. Of course, you know, the most basic is financial abuse when a woman is heavily only reliant on a man's pockets. And this is why I talk about being interdependent. Like, bitch, we dependent and independent simultaneously. You absolutely should not mess with a man that ain't got shit and that's stingy and selfish with you. But you should have your own motion. You should have your own rhythm. We talk about this all the time.
And that was another thing I was going to get to. I was going to type it in the chat, but the whole limit on the letters and the characters and stuff. This is why men be trying to shake up conversations when women be in these groups having these conversations and they be exposing them through our experiences. They don't want women as a group to start focusing on a man besides his pockets, because the main thing they always want to dig at is, all you want is a man with money. It's all about the money. They don't want us to look at their character, because if you look at a lot of men's character, a lot of them wouldn't be getting no cheeks at all.
Hello. And I say this all the time. Well, go ahead, boo. But you is fucking eating.
I'm just saying. It's just because, like I said, the last couple of days, it's been all on my timeline. No matter times I block it, it finds its way back on my timeline. So it must be something that we got to talk about. So I'm glad this is going to be the next topic. You let me know when you in there so I could be in the chat to check these men and teach them a lesson or two that their granddaddies didn't teach them.
But how could they get upset if I say that your character should matter as well? Like, they get mad at the stupidest shit. I'd be like, I'm agreeing with y'all, and y'all still want to cuss me out like a dog in the street.
They're only mad because you telling the truth, because their daddy and granddaddy ain't never told them that, ain't never taught them that, and never showed them that. And here's how I know. My uncle, love my family down, but my uncle, I used to call him a pimp, because he always had women all around him. Excuse my language for using the P word, but I'm saying he was a player. He had a lot of women in his roster. So I always knew, I'm like, okay, well, end of the day, all men can be dogs, and a lot of them, especially if they don't got no house, no home, no nothing for themselves, they gonna use you and your womb to keep a place to stay. I didn't learn about men about what the men in my family told me. I learned more about what they did and what they showed me. And a lot of them showed me that I definitely need to have my own. They showed me that I definitely needed to make sure I could sustain myself before even thinking about dating, before even thinking about being in a relationship. Because at the end of the day, what you're not going to do is try to hold my car keys talking about something I can't leave. What you mean I can't leave? The devil is a liar now. If you don't move out this way, you can leave either with your two legs, or you can leave in the ambulance.
Yep.
But that's just how the men in my family and the men in my community were acting, and how they was carrying on. So it's just like I said, it's just we got to check their character. We have to have a list of characters and morals and beliefs that we as women can agree upon, so we can hold these men to the correct standard, not just in their pockets, but across the board. If you're going to be high value, let's be high value in every situation. Because a lot of these bums going to find out in the next 4 to 5 years, y'all was not worth it at all.
And women are more employed than these men out here. So if we really going by pockets, the average woman has more than the average man, especially in our community.
But it was meant to be that way, because the men of our granddads and daddies and uncles, they didn't learn how to hold that power properly. They was hurting our grandmothers, they was hurting our aunties, they were doing things to the children, they were doing a lot of things that weren't right, that they don't like to shed light on. And now that the younger women are shedding light, women our age, the millennials and Gen Zs, they don't like us at all for that exact reason. And they don't like the Gen X, because the Gen X is cheering us on like, you better talk about it. So they don't like it. But when they don't like something, that lets you know you on the right path. So when they be in the chat trying to act crazy, I'm sitting there like, oh, they just met at the mirror that's in their face. And instead of being better, they rather blame and continue to be negative toward women. It's just a cycle. It's like a bully. A bully don't like to be told that they're a bully
Yes.
until you have to knock that bully all the way out and drag him up and down the street. So again, they got one or two ways. We could do this the nice way, or we could do this the rough way. And if you're calling me masculine, then we can for sure do it the rough way. Your choice. But I do feel for this woman. I hope that she gets the healing she needs for herself, for her children. I hope all other women are listening to her story and taking tidbits. Anybody who purchased that woman's courses or whatever, I'm hearing that she had courses or whatever.
Oh
I
wow.
hope they don't get their refund back. But because she should surely gonna need the money. But I hope they learn from her and her lessons and move on and do better. And don't be desperate because you don't need a man.
That
You might want one, but you don't need them. Not yet.
And they hate for us to say we don't need a man. It's like, oh, that's strong, independent. No, sir, I actually don't. It's not 1970 anymore. I don't need you to get a home loan. I don't need you to get a credit card. I could drive on my own. I could get a license. I could take care of it. Women are legit. First of all, you already know melanin rich women are the pillars of the Black community. No matter which way you want to turn the key. It's a matriarch society. They don't want to admit it because they're trying to copy off of the men that they were conquered by. But we are a matriarch. It just is what it is. When you hear us talk about a family structure, it's always Big Mama's house or Grandma house,
Yep.
or it's always a woman that is the lead. When these men are in trouble, they're calling their mothers. They're not calling their dads. If they're in a hospital, if they're in jail, if they need help with anything, they are going to call their mom. So we just gotta. They just need to shut the fuck up and know they role and be okay accepting their place. They should be the helpmates to us. Period. And we've allowed them to scam us and trick us and dupe us into thinking that they were the prize, and they've centered themselves. And that's why nothing is going to ever be right until they take their rightful place.
But I also have a theory with why these men think they the prize. It's because, in a way, back in the day, they had to be. Even though women were the prize, we needed them to do certain things. So we had to stroke their ego. That's why women got to stop stroking their ego. He don't text you back, don't text him back either. You do your own thing. You live your own life. You have your own friends. And besides, the men that you want would like that anyway. They want you to have your own personality. They want you to be your own person anyway. They want you to have your own because God forbid something happened to them. At least they know that you're stable. Unfortunately, that woman was a puppy. And she got preyed on like a puppy. She was calling herself the big lion and found herself in the lion's den.
For real. Let me shout this out. Thank you, Celebrity Scandalous, for the super chat, babe. Great topic. The situation reminds me that when Twitch unalived, I had a suspicion of whether or not he had an inappropriate relationship with the oldest stepdaughter. Oh, their pictures gave weird vibes, and the wife has the same vibe. Oh shit! I never even.
What do you mean by weird?
Weird. How? Wow. These
we
days,
talking like what's her face?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I can see her face, but I can't. Oh, she with John Legend, Chrissy Teigen or whatever. We talking that kind of weird?
Weird. I remember I was on a subway. I was on a train, and I saw this family. It was clear people, right? And the father had the daughter on his lap. The girl had to be like 14, 13 years old. And he kept kissing her in her ears and like touching her hair. And the mother was just standing there like looking spaced out. And I'm like, I don't have children, so I don't know. But that looks so fucking inappropriate to me. Like, why is this big ass girl sitting on your lap and you kissing her ear and kissing her neck and that was her biological father, but it's still, you could tell that something was off, and the mom just looked so disassociated. I was like, this is crazy. Like, women literally just be letting men do any fucking thing. Like, my 13 or 14-year-old is not sitting on her father's lap while he's playing in her hair and kissing her and on her neck and in her ears. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
You know, that's definitely weird, but that's also probably why a lot of these men try to hate on Black women, because they know most of us don't ever go down for nothing like that. We be calling it out on for it. I know aunties in my head right now that would have saw that. My own mama would have saw that. But like, excuse you, sir, what did you doing to that child?
Yeah.
One thing about Black women, they just think others on social media. Black women, we don't play about the kids and the babies. We might we might go left and right, but when it comes to them babies, we don't play.
I was just like, is this how people dads are with their daughters? Like when I was that age, I was not sitting on my father's lap. Like what?
Yeah, but honestly, the men in my family weren't even allowed to discipline the child. That was always the mom's job.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, no, the mothers were the ones, and the women were the ones that did the discipline. The men weren't allowed to do anything like that. The best they could do was go, hey, or and the guy voice said, hey, all of that, and then tell the mama, and then the mama had to go deal with that, or the grandma, the auntie, whoever, they had to be the ones to go deal with the children, disciplining them and stuff like that. The men did not discipline children at all whatsoever. I've never when I heard people talking, oh yeah, my dad used to do. I'm like, the men in my family weren't allowed to do that because the women would have been on 10. It would have been 5. it would have been 5 on 2.
And I love that. And that's why, like what Tanya said, and she was like, I've always been a protector and a provider. We did a live and we said that women are the natural protectors and providers. Like, legit. Men don't have it in them to, it's like something that they have to learn and be taught. It is a second nature for a woman to protect her tribe or her family. You know what I mean? Her kids. Like, it just comes second nature from what I see. I'm not a mom yet. I gotta have a kid because I'm tired of saying I'm not a mom yet because I want to be able to talk, a little more from firsthand experience when it comes to certain things. And plus, I've decided that I'm going to be a mom at some point. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm right there with you. You should be a mom. You would be a great mom.
Oh, thank you. But they say that the motherly instincts kick in almost immediately.
Most women have that before not even having children. I get told I'll be a great mom all the time. That's because I used to raise my little cousins, and technically, I got friends that have children and I babysit them. It's just in my nature to just be protective over children. Plus, I have my own personal traumas as a child that I try to protect my kids. I would hope to protect my kids and all children from. Teachers are good parents, are good motherly figures. Nurses are good motherly figures. Church mothers are good. It's motherly figures anywhere, and you don't have to necessarily have a child to be a mom. LJ, what you do on these lives and teaching women, that's motherly. That's very big auntie, big sis, because like, oh yeah, I know I can go to big cousin. She gonna get me right. That's motherly type.
I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, no, that's when I used to mentor younger high school students. They saw me like a big sister, like a big mom. One of them called me auntie by accident. I was like, check yourself. So you wreck yourself. I'm nobody's auntie.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, but
it has been really interesting. I'm sad that we are talking about this based off of a real life situation that a woman is going through right now. But I'm glad that we have a space to even talk about these things because this is very prevalent. You know what I mean? And I was gonna do a vertical live today, but I didn't have the energy. But I needed to come and talk to this. In the top, it was gonna be called exactly what you said, like
characteristics. We need to talk about that. These young ladies need to know.
Yes, a man's character is more important than money. And then are we gonna do pick me's put men above their kids? They do, like, because there's no way. Like I just think was it Tanya? Somebody said it. If children, oh no, Peach said this. Peach McIntyre. She was like, if kids don't fuck with somebody, then you probably shouldn't. You know what I mean? Sometimes kids could just be bratty and like jealous. They don't want their moms to have attention from, other men or whatever. But for the most part, children know the character of other adults. They know. And a lot of put men above their kids. They don't give a fuck if the kid can't stand a stepfather. They don't care. They only care about their own happiness. And that is so fucked up because a lot of kids suffer because of that.
But there's a flip coin to that. So yes, children are really good instincts on good character, good judgment. But that's because they don't have a filter and they choose not to ignore it. The problem is as you get older, you get told, oh, you crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you delusional. You're delusional. That's not, you seeing stuff. They try to gaslight you. All that gaslight, would kick you right out of your natural instincts. Your intuition be talking to you 24/7, and if you listen to it, you will know. I always tell people, I'm always quiet when I first meet you, and then I like to figure your vibe out. That's the same thing that children do. Children do the same thing. They don't talk to you at first. They look at you, they feel how you feel, and then they keep it moving from there. That's how I do. Adults can do it too. They just choose not to. Whatever life they got going on, whatever history they got going on, whatever they've been taught, they choose to go opposite of what their instincts are telling you. That woman was so desperate for the lifestyle and for a man, she chose not to take the red flags and the signs seriously. When you take them seriously, you find yourself single and lonely.
Damn, and she gave that man 3 babies. 3. That's crazy.
She messed around and she found out in the worst way. And like I said, I feel bad. Those children should not have been casualty to what that woman had chose. And I'm not saying she chose wholly wrong, because how are we as women supposed to know? We have desires too. We have wants too. These men should still be stepping up to the plate and be a better human, be a better person, be a better parent, be a better adult. But at the same time, Shorty could have, you know what I'm saying, just not been so delulu and desperate
Yeah,
for status,
exactly. Because
for
she's like,
image.
I got my sisters married in under a year. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. Don't mean that they got married to good men. And this is what we talk about all the time. Just because you got a man does not mean your life is better. It does not mean that you're not living in fucking hell. Like, it makes it seem like if you got a man, then all of your problems disappear. I'm like, why do they keep lying to us? Like, what the
They
fuck?
need therapy. That's what they need. They
Oh
need therapy. They need to heal whatever that is that's making them feel like, if I get a man, all my problems will go away. Because that's a lie. That's not the truth. Your problems actually increase and it magnifies.
The biggest lie told to women is that men is going to just save them. Like,
That doesn't exist. The only person that's going to save you is whoever you believe in.
is
And
yourself.
and and even then, life has ups and downs. I remember this phrase: if you think of your life like a heart monitor, it has ups and downs. But that means you're still alive. The minute thing go flat, you not here. So
Good one.
so there's no man on this earth that's gonna make you feel, oh, my problems are gone. It's just gonna magnify, boo. Go get some therapy. Go to some girl groups. Go get some healing. Go meditate. Go pray. Do what you need to do. Better yourself. Love on yourself, and then go find your partner. Or better yet, by that time, the partner you want will just come to you already, because you'll be done able to see past the BS.
That's the thing too. I don't believe in looking for a man. Like, I would never get up here and say, y'all need to go find you a man. I don't even say what I'm looking for. And people be like, what you looking for? I ain't looking for shit. Now, what I would like to attract, or if I come across somebody, you know what I mean? I even watch the way I talk about that, because I don't think we should be on the hunt trying to cast a net for a man. Like, I just think that you need to
You
just
should be casting a net for yourself.
exactly loving on yourself, and the right people will find you. Like all of y'all, I am so grateful. That's why I be telling y'all all the time how grateful I am for you guys, because I feel like y'all, like, we like a tribe, you know what I mean? Like, and I would be like, oh my god, I don't have anybody, I ain't got no friends, I don't got nobody to talk to. I have thousands of people to talk to now, and I'm so grateful, and some of you all, we have a closer connection than the rest, but I'm so grateful. And I remember people telling me, just be yourself, your people will find you. It's the same with
Exactly.
relationships with men.
And another thing too, ignore these men that be trying to pull out. Oh, all the other race of women, they got it right. They suffering too.
Oh,
Okay, don't think that they not over there crying and boo and wishing that they was you, all free and doing whatever you want to do, however you want to do, when whoever you want to do. Don't let them gaslight y'all into that too. Some of my spirit just said to say that too, because it's gonna be somebody watching the playback talking about something. Oh, well, that's why black women are single now. That's why they're not married now. But most of us don't be in these kind of problems though. A lot of these problems y'all be seeing is one group of problems that they be trying to spread to everybody else. that ain't meant for everybody else. These women be over there crying and oh yeah, I got married at 22 and I shouldn't have got married at all crying and snot nose and all kinds of suffering they got going on. They're over there getting all. I don't even want to get into it because I don't even want to imagine it.
Yeah, but their husbands be horrible. They be cussing them out, like legit beating their ass. Like clear women be going through it, okay? And they men rule the world. They men create the narrative, so they have an even tougher time, to be quite honest. But they just don't have the financial burdens at the same rates that we do. But
every decision has a cost. You could be financially free, but then be suffering, or you could be financially burdened and be free.
Yeah,
you can't have it all. Having it all doesn't always exist in the way you want it to. It's gonna be something you just gonna have to lack, and that's when the list of your life for tomorrow or the next slide about characteristics and morals. That's where all of that come into play. You pick and choose what you value more for yourself. Because what Love Jones might value might be different from mine, but mine might be different from the next person. You choose that characteristics list. You make that bed and you lay in it. But
this has been great. You're going to be the last caller that I take. We've been up here for 3 hours, 5 minutes.
Sorry, y'all.
Yo, these lives be going long as hell, but it goes by quick. Like it doesn't even feel like we've been up here for 3 hours. But this has been a much needed conversation. Thank you so much, Quaisha, for calling in.
Absolutely,
thank you for everything.
Boo.
All right, I'm gonna drop you down. I love y'all so much. I'm gonna get out of here. This has been long as hell, but like I said, it's been much needed, and I will be back. We absolutely gonna be doing some more vertical lives, some more get ready with me. Yeah, we in the building. We're gonna keep grinding and keep growing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video because I know that you care. Wait, let me see what y'all saying before we get out of here. Yes, white women are on social media talking about their effed up marriages and how she is a single married woman. Yes, they talk about their unfaithful husbands. So they do. This one white woman, her husband had an affair with her mother. Women, these men, it don't matter which race. They be fucked up out here, child. They be fucked up. Period, Lachey. Thank you. Of course. We lit over here. Y'all be spitting facts, which I could have called in. We definitely will be doing another call-in show before the week is out. I'm trying to do these at least a couple times out of the week. But we're going to continue to follow Isis, and see what's going on and what's next for her and what other type of video she's going to put out. I know this has to be overwhelming because she's getting so much feedback as well while literally going through what she's going through right now. Like this is happening to her right now. Yeah, with her mother, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. This has been very emotional. That's why I made sure to give the disclaimers in the beginning and the trigger warnings in the beginning, because I know that this topic is not the easiest for us to talk about. A lot of us have been, victims at the hands of a man in one way or another, and not just as grown women that chose a man, because they love to say, choose better, choose better. Her babies did not choose for their father to do that to them. And now y'all want to say it's the mother's fault and she should have chose. She had no idea that she was choosing a predator. I don't think she knew. It's easy to say, oh, she could have seen the signs. I don't know that maybe he really didn't do anything to her sons. Maybe he didn't. Like, yeah, some predators don't have a preference, but some do. And those were his biological children. Because I've heard a few of you say multiple times, oh, you got to watch who you have your daughters around. Those were his daughters too. So I don't know what more she could have done. I do commend her. I have to continue to say this. She got the fuck out of there. That is admirable. Some mothers would be like, oh, she's just only 4 years old. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Just for the image, just to keep up appearances. She got out of there. She got her babies and she left. And I really, really, really respect her so much for that. And I'm grateful that she's talking about this, because at least she's being honest. We're getting to see like the truth. A lot of people that are, hypergamous, or they're doing the level up content, which I'm not opposed to. I think everyone should level up, you know? But I just respect the fact that she came out and said, hey, you know, I made a bad choice. I didn't know that that's what I was choosing, but this could happen. And I'm going to say it again. I wish that she would, you know, I wish that she would make some content talking about the red flags that she ignored and just continue to be transparent, because now she has a lot of people following her journey and she has the platform to spread awareness, because there's so many single moms out there that are so just desperate and thirsty for a man, or just women in general, because, you know, we get shamed a lot for being single, and we just feel like, oh, our life would change. Everything would be so much better if we had a man. And it's just like we ignore so many red flags and we ignore the telltale signs of a dangerous fucking man. And I feel so bad for her babies. Like, I really, really pray. And I hope that, and I'm sure you all are praying for her children as well. But, you know, let's just all send Isis some healing energy, because this can't be easy. And she just had a baby 5 months ago. Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, I know it has to be super duper fucking hard. Like, oh, that's crazy. Why this world so messed up, things happen, and she did the right thing. Exactly. Single women don't have many of these issues. Married women be going through it. Yes, Amberella, exactly. So for us to get shamed so badly for it, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, shit, I'm safe and I'm alive. Like, that is a big accomplishment. The things that I've experienced, I've been almost unalived by a man a couple of times. Like, literally had pals pulled out on me. A man drove me into oncoming traffic. Like, these are other reasons why I just chose to do a solo mission. And people would like to weaponize what I just told you all against me and say I'm bitter and all of this. I'm not bitter. I just decided that I was gonna disengage. You know, I didn't even want to chance it. So I do deal with men. I love men, but I deal with them at my own leisure and for my own convenience. Am I cut off to ever being in a relationship and get like, no, I'm not. However, it has to be something special and it needs to look how I need it to look. I'm never going to just go out there just because everybody's shaming me for being single that I'm just going to jump into a relationship with any fucking man, because that is easy. Men are easy. It's not hard to get married or to get a ring. Like, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. You just probably got to, you know, accept some things, and some things I don't want to. Like, I always thought a man would unalive me. Like, I had an irrational fear of a man killing me. I'm not just talking about, no, I like dying at the hands of a fucking man, like, literally. And I know that's a heavy thing to say, but that is true. That has been my lived experience. I have been batshit fucking scared of men. Like, walking down the fucking street, like, terrified, terrorized, stalked. I have gone through so much fucking shit that I'm just like, bro, the fact that I even talk to y'all, like, what? The fact that I would even still entertain a fucking man. It's a lot out here. It really is. But I wanted to continue to live and be alive. So I said, hey, since I feel like, you know, a nigga will really try to take me out, maybe I just need to disengage and just deal with them from a distance. Like, it is what it is. And we all have a story. And that's the thing that they hate. They swear it's just an older, bitter woman that hit the wall. No, bitch. We majority of us have a story. And who's the common denominator if we all have a story? Who's the common denominator? So instead of telling women choose better, why don't you encourage men to be better people? And that's going to be the last thing I say on this topic. Well, not you know, we're going to see what else comes out about this, but I'm alive, bitch. I'm alive. Okay. I love y'all so much. Show up as her, be her. You are the main character. You got this. Don't let anybody shame you for choosing yourself, for choosing your life, for choosing your sanity, and for choosing your motherfucking peace. Don't feel ashamed because you had a baby and the father left or things didn't work out and you're the parent that actually stuck around and raised your motherfucking kids. Don't be ashamed of that. Be proud of your fucking self. Be proud of yourself for being a superhero. Moms are superheroes. Having a baby is some superhuman shit. I haven't done it yet. I will, God willing. But that's some fucking supernatural shit. To grow a whole human inside of your body and to be shamed for it is fucking diabolical. It's crazy. Like, it really don't be safe out here. It really don't. It's mad fucking nervous out here. It's scary. But we're going to continue to do the work on ourselves so we have a better chance at, only rendezvousing with good spirited people. And when we do see the telltale signs, because we are continuously working on ourselves, we're going to just exit stage left. You could creep with a Pookie or a fucking Ray Ray bitch, but don't stay. Don't live there, and don't let that motherfucker have none of your eggs. All right? Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. I'll see you guys later. Mañana, to be exact. Love you, love bug.